good. Like I said, I'll always love Arkham Knight, but that ending blows.
I just don't care for the story.
And it's not so much the ending; it's the shit you have to do to get the ending, and then that's the ending you get for all the work that you do.
It's one of those endings where you have to do literally
everything. It sucked, and it's not worth it. It's like, just, you could have showed me this.
I mean, quite honestly, I checked out of the story, but then knowing what you give for the ending doesn't even make sense of what they're trying to do, because they're trying to do, look like to me they're trying to do like Dark Knight Returns. I think
it was more. You know what it was? It was trying to be like Dark Knight Rises, but not that similar. Like it wanted to be like Dark Knight Rises, but a little different.
I was just thinking that, from a comic standpoint, because they did a couple comics in that movie. Dark Knight Returns was one of the. That looked like what they were going for the ending, but now it's fucked all to hell because of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Batman's just back, and he's
he's back.
Everybody knows he's Bruce. I mean, I figured he would always be doing something, but the fact that he's just like out and about as Batman, and Harley's like, "Hey, Bruce," like she calls him Bruce in the trailer because everybody knows who he is now. Which is fine.
Yeah, I mean that's from.
But
Arkham
I'm like,
Knight.
so the Arkham Knight ending was supposed to be like, man, this is catastrophic. He'll have to live in the shadows for the rest of his life.
Yeah, it's pretty much Dark Knight Returns.
And now it's like, oh no, he's just Batman, and just he's out and about.
Yeah,
now.
fuck Dark Knight Returns.
He's still working with the fucking Justice League. Like, I thought he had to fake his death to protect everybody, and then go off and continue to be Batman anonymously.
That was pretty much Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. What's up, Karen? We're ranting about. My biggest problem with the Suicide Squad game. That's been going. Give me a fucking break. Deadshot. You know the Deadshot you saw in Origin City. That wasn't the real Deadshot. That was the guy pretending to be Deadshot. This was the real one.
What?
Yeah, that was an imposter. I
How
mean,
was
yeah,
that an imposter?
yeah, he could do all the things the actual Deadshot does, all these crazy trick shots and shit from Origins. But nah. That wasn't the real Floyd Lawton. This guy is, and he killed him now. This has been the real Deadshot all along. And I'm like,
the only problem with that Deadshot was how he looked, not what he was doing.
And when I first saw the Suicide Squad trailer and said, "Oh, this is in the Arkham universe," I'm like, why is Deadshot black now? He's white in the Arkham universe. In the Arkham universe, he's white. In a lot of continuities, he's black.
Well, in some he's black, some he's white. But
you know what I think? Warner Brothers said, "Hey, make him more like Will Smith's Deadshot, so the casual audience will think it's connected or something."
Exactly.
So, that Deadshot you saw before, that wasn't the real one. That's stupid. They lost me on that already. I'm like, okay, whatever. As long as he plays fine, I'll deal with it. He looks like he plays fine.
I mean, probably should be something like Injustice Deadshot, but whatever.
Metropolis looks cool.
As it should.
The game, they did say the game starts in Arkham Asylum, which is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
So I'm going to play it and be like, I just want to see what happened in this universe after Arkham Knight. I'm that curious. But at the same time, it undermines the end of Arkham Knight, which was already not a good end anyway. Yeah, we're talking about Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. It's co-op. That'll cover up for a lot of its shit, because Gotham Knights is co-op, and that's fun as hell. So,
it could. I mean, I don't know if it will right away, but it could.
Yeah. Gotham Knights co-op is really fun. And you have total freedom while doing it. You could each be on one end of Gotham from the other getting shit done. So if you have
That's interesting.
Yeah, so there's certain things in the story where it's kind of like, you go out here and interrogate a dude from this gang, find out what he knows, go to this other gang, interrogate them, blah, blah, blah. When me and my friend Andreas were playing, we would split off and go do separately and get it done twice as fast. And it was great. Because it was busy work. Who let that 7-year-old boy into the booth? Oh, wait, that's Danica Patrick.
Really?
She's not bad in the booth.
At
least you don't have to watch her drive. What's worse, listening to her or watching her drive?
Talking to a lot of drivers, and they all seemed very confident with their cars. They had a lot of optimism for today, but of course, only one driver is going to win. So we saw the wind play a huge element in qualifying yesterday. The huge drop off from one car to the next in those final 10 cars. So I think that it's going to be interesting. But I also think that the fact that so many guys are so happy with their cars is indicative of the season that we're going to see, which is going to be a lot of different winners again.
Interesting to say the least, folks. I'm talking Las Vegas. It doesn't get any better. It's time to push them cards to the table, put all the chips down, and go for it. Joey Logano on that Ford. That Blue Oval was bad fast yesterday in practice, but you said it, Danica. A lot of these drivers, this is the first real racetrack. These mile-and-a-half track sets is the bread and butter part of our series. These guys have to perform. If they leave here struggling, let me tell you something. It's going to be a long road ahead of them.
I wasn't paying much attention to the pre-race. I didn't see if Joey Logano's hair was still dialed to.
He had a hat on.
He had a hat on, so we can't see if it's dialed to 11 or not.
No.
It's got that Spinal Tap hairdo. It goes to 11.
Wow. 3 and 4, very smooth. You can run anywhere on the track.
I love this track,
Turn 1, you gotta be
which makes me paranoid that they'll knock it down too.
Cars still pulling in, filling the parking lots here. Going to be a cool and windy day, but the fans are ready for the command. Let's go track.
If this is as good as the playoff race was here a few months ago, it'll be a really good race. Even though Joe Logano won it, it was still a great race.
Las Vegas native and 2-time Major League Baseball National League
Oh, Reary.
MVP, Bryce Harper. Drivers, start
Get it?
your
Headlights.
engines.
That just makes me think of that dude in the background on King of the Hill. Take off your top! Peggy Hill's running for school board. Take off your top! Speaking of South Park, I was watching those videos earlier. They took your dibs. That's one of my all-time favorites.
I love that.
They did one of the songs at the 25th anniversary special. It was kind of a recent episode song about living on a farm, and at the end of the song, it turns into a rant about Joe Biden took my Jeep. He took your Jeep. And he pulls a little kid out of the audience. Did Joe Biden take your Jeep? He just said, Joe Biden took my Jeep. He took your Jeep. He took your Jeeps.
Oh, I love that.
Bucket bug. That one dude. They took her dudes. Stan says it. They took her jobs. And his mom's like, Stanley. They took her jobs. One of my favorite South Park moments was in the movie when they have the big meltdown in class, where Mr. Garrison asks a question and Kyle goes, I know the answer, Mr. Garrison. And Cartman goes, hey, he goes, shut the fuck up, you fucking fat ass. And Mr. Garrison's like, Kyle, what did you just say? What? He goes, you said the F word. And Cartman goes, Jew? And he goes, no, he's talking about fuck. You can't say fuck in school, you fucking fat ass. Stanley, what? And then they all get quiet and Kenny just goes, fuck, Kenny. And Cartman goes, why don't you kiss my ass? And Mr. Garrison goes, how would you like to go to the principal's office? And Cartman says, how would you like to suck my balls? And Mr. Garrison's like, what did you say? And Cartman says, oh, I'm sorry. He pulls out a megaphone. How would you like to suck my balls, Mr. Garrison? As a kid, that shit was the funniest thing in the world. It still holds up. How would you like to suck my balls? What did you say? Said you said the F word, Jew? Should I go to Bristol Dirt or not? Can't make up my mind. Haven't even looked at prices yet. We've already got Atlanta tickets. They were like $60. Bristol will probably be double that, so that makes me go, no. I'll do it for the night race in the fall, but oh yeah, Junior's running the Xfinity race at Bristol later this year, so we're going to stay the weekend and watch both races for that one. There's a nice car. We're not racing yet. Don't lie to me. What you got there, fella? Oh, those things.
These
Those
are
good.
awesome. Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, they look. The barbecue flavored shit's always good.
Honey barbecue is awesome.
Cue the gambling puns. I'm gonna go all in. Who's gonna gamble? Fucking Vegas. We get it. We're in Las Vegas. We know.
Even though Vegas isn't typically one of those tracks where you gamble like that, but okay.
Fuel mileage, maybe. Yeah. I remember a race we should have won here that we run out of gas on the last lap, finished second. Pissed me off. Didn't even completely run out of gas. It sputtered and cut off of 2, and the Junior's car fired back up on the back stretch, but Brad had already passed him before it slowed down and it cut off.
7 races here. Ty Gibbs, the rookie, has his best Cup start ever. And then in row 3,
Why does Kyle Busch have a 35 pack in his little picture there? That is not what he looks like. Kyle Larson looks like a King of the Hill character in his picture. He does.
He looks like he's related to that one, like, Asian
Con. Kyle Larson looks like Con's redneck cousin or something.
for a record 19th straight year.
At first, I not think much about this Buckley, but then I see how much he piss off neighbor Hank Hill.
A first and second round ballot Hall of Famer.
Kyle Busch won the truck race on Friday. Shocker. Didn't win Xfinity, though. I like that car.
Man, you are red hot. Had to feel good to get that big win last week in front.
He's leaning green.
Getting everybody in this 8-car victory lane. Now you're right back at home in Las Vegas. Tell me about your car. Tell me about
Now I'm thinking about the Beavis and Butthead movie. Are you going to Las Vegas? Yeah, I'm hoping to do some sluts in Las Vegas. And she thinks they're saying slots. Oh, I plan on doing some slots myself. Whoa, Butthead. This chick said there's going to be tons of sluts in Las Vegas. Really? I'm hoping to do some sluts myself.
Hi, buddy. Looking forward to watching you. You always put on a show.
Thank you.
And he does. Man, I'm telling you, I cannot wait to watch these guys struggle a little bit in practice. Cannot wait.
We're at the Hoover Dam. I just got a question. Is this a goddamn?
Vegas, you fans have a chance to win 10 grand.
Get it?
Goddamn. For free today on Fox Bet Super 6. Simple and it's
No, we're in Washington. Yeah, we're going to score now.
Enter your 6 predictions for today's race. And all 6 of your
The fucking ATF agent gets Butthead a cavity search, and you see him afterwards, and he goes, did I just score?
let's hear from our pit reporters and crew chief, beginning with Jamie Little.
Good afternoon, Mike. As Alex Bowman is the defending race winner here.
He has the eyes of a psychopath.
His favorite tracks, and although he
According to John Peters, Regan Smith probably could have played Superman. That's what Kevin Smith said John Peters told him. He wanted Sean Penn to play Superman because he's got a crazy look in his eyes, like a fucking killer. And Kevin Smith's like, it's Superman! He's not a killer.
No. With his new crew chief, Blake Harris. Regan?
Oh,
It's been a very difficult start to Tyler Reddick's time at 23-11.
So, your cousin grew up in Vegas and had a gambling problem. Sounds like Michael, but he lives in New Hampshire. He's not here today, so I can make that joke. I'd make it anyway. He knows I'm kidding.
No practice, no qualifying with that race car. He will
A solid 39th at Daytona and a 34th at California for Tyler Reddick. What a great start to his year.
all the laps get some data points on Tyler and what they need to do for the remainder of this season. This is a perfect track to do that at, though.
You can't see, but Regan Smith has a bulletproof vest and AK-47 armor under that jacket.
Yeah, Regan, the crew chief has a couple of challenges here today. One, keeping a good balance on that race car with every adjustment you make. You heard Joe Logano in the pre-race talk about strategy. That leads me to my Liberty Mutual race strategy. Depending on how the cautions fall, split the stages in half. Get that full thing about those 4 tires. And then
The words, all the words.
We're rolling the dice. We're not afraid to gamble. If you run 10 or 12 laps on your tires, jump in there and get right side tires. The fuel window is about 58 to 60 gallons. If you catch a caution, and
Pretty-
you can make
last
those
year,
stages, Mike, you jump in
I
that
think,
double fuel
I can't remember if
window,
Larson and Bowman
that
stayed out or
game
took 2. I
plan.
think they took
I
2
get
and got out in front of Kyle Busch and drove
I gotta
off
start over.
with like 2 to go.
Thanks, Larry.
I mean, yeah, but that's not like a huge freaking gamble.
I'm curious to see how Ty Gibbs runs today. He qualified 4th. He hasn't had a great run in a Cup car yet.
And Joe Logano, of course, won here and won the championship. And let's spin it again.
It's Las Vegas.
Daytona with the 47, Ricky Stenhouse. And moving on to California, and you know where this is going to land. Driver number 8, Kyle Busch. So, where are you putting your chips today?
Oh, buddy, this is a fun game to play. We're in the right state.
I
think I'm going with that Polecat. Joey Logano was extremely fast. He said his Mustang was good. He was happy with it. 22 all the way.
Gosh, good question.
Mr. Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez.
He's really
You can steal some money on Suarez today.
We know he's good here. We know he's
Bubba as well, because this place is somewhat similar to Kansas, and that's Bubba's best track.
He's gonna get
Bubba was running top 5 here when Larson put him in the wall back in the playoffs. And then Bubba tried to kill Larson and ended both their days.
I couldn't blame him.
Yeah. He overreacted, but yeah.
We shall see. That's why we're all tuned in.
I liked what he said in pre-race. He was excited.
We all
worried
knew
about
it
the
was going
wind.
to happen.
Yeah, as soon as it happened, I'm like, here comes a fight.
Yeah, Bubba's
Yeah.
we all knew
Temps
Bubba's
in
going
the
to
high
die.
50s. The winds, it says out of the southwest, and that will change.
Flyer Chase Elliott flags at half mast.
About a steady 20-mile-an-hour gust as we fought our way back from the other end of the roof here, back to the booth. So yes, the wind.
At least if he wins the championship now this year, people can actually start calling him Mickey Mouse.
Get ready in Vegas. Here's the Toyota Camry TRD leading the field, and that is the governor of Nevada.
Well, get the fuck out.
Wheel, honorary pace car driver today.
Honestly, he's doing a great job. Nevada would be one of the best states to live in right now, for sure. That's why everybody's leaving California for Nevada, because it's cheaper.
Okay, but
Because Nevada's like the majority.
I was so sad when I was in California, because I was like, man, I fucking love it here. Never want to live here. Everything is expensive. Everything.
Well, yeah.
And you go right to Nevada, and it's way better.
We all felt being
Even
behind
the
a semi
Nevada
down the
desert,
highway,
yeah.
nothing 180 mile an hour, and that wind changing direction. It's like
When I was in California going through the desert to get to my friend's house, I'm like, I feel like I'm on fucking Tatooine, like a little Jawa or a sand person's gonna pop up, and fucking shoot the car. Or
What do we do with the car?
I mean, in Nevada, it's worse.
you get broken down on the side of the road, you're gonna get attacked by sand people. The Tuscan Raiders are gonna come get you. You're gonna strip your fucking car, have that shit on blocks. By the way, I watched the first episode of season 3 of The Mandalorian. I'm happy.
Cup races last year. All came down to a late restart and a thrilling finish as teammates battled here in the spring.
Whew.
Alex Bowman taking it to Kyle Larson to capture the flag.
Sure did. Huge win for Alex Bowman. And then this one. This was a battle, but this was also the gamble that I was talking about being in Las Vegas. That 22-car gamble, they put tires on, they came and pounced on that win at the end, passing Ross Chastain. I think that's what it comes down to. How you split these stages up, short pitting or not, 2 tires at the end. If that
You know what throws all that out the window? A caution with 5 to go, like the spring race last year, because Kyle Busch had it won. Truex looked like he was going to finish second. And then a caution comes out, and Alex Bowman wins, and Larson finishes second.
You're not real, Josh Berry.
And update once again.
God, they even got a goofy picture for Josh Berry now.
Chase vacationing in Colorado this week, Friday, broke his tibia, his shin bone, in a snowboarding accident. Now, he's a veteran snowboarder. It was just an off-week vacation thing, and this happened. 3-hour surgery Friday night. He flew home yesterday, and Josh Berry, who drives...
So he's got a broken
series for Junior
tibia in his
Motorsports,
left leg.
tapped for the
And you
number
got Atlanta, a super
yesterday,
speedway, and then a road
confirming
course
that
after that
this
coming
is
up.
his
He's not
first
racing.
time ever
He's not
in
doing
a
either of those.
Gen 7 car, but not his first start in the series. He ran 2
Honestly,
races
if he didn't have to worry about getting wrecked, sure, you could run Atlanta, but you're not running Coda with a bad left leg.
Hey, I tell you what, we've
I
been
mean,
hearing
maybe
Dale Jr.
old
and Buddy
Atlanta,
Dale
but-
telling
Old
everybody
Atlanta,
how
yeah,
good
they
Josh
probably would
Berry
try.
is.
It would be
We're fixing to
borderline,
find out.
you
No
know,
better
but you could still
opportunity you
maybe
could ask
try.
for.
Carl Leverage raced old Atlanta with a broken ankle.
Start 29th,
So.
and here's a tweet from Chase Elliott, thanking everybody for their support.
Cool that Josh Berry's getting the proper cup race.
Three cars at
Make
the
that autograph I have over there a little more valuable.
Tyler Reddick, engine issues before practice. Harrison
Are you
Burton,
serious?
Yeah, before the race.
in practice, mechanical problem, nothing, not his fault. They are in
So
a backup
remember
car
how you
in the
said
number
Reddick has,
21.
like, the worst
A
Yeah.
loose lug nut
Yeah.
from another
Yep.
series spit through his radiator in practice, dumped water on the right front tire, and he lost control and crashed. BJ
course.
McLeod, transaxle problem. And so he is also in the back without being able
I
to...
love Joey's fire suit for the Pennzoil car. That's nice.
From the pole.
Yeah, you gotta almost slap the dick out of his mouth.
I want to slap that fucking toupee off his head. It's not a toupee. It's his real hair, but it just looks like a toupee.
You heard him talking about pit stall, the importance of that number one stall.
Tarantula.
You saw that steering
He's got a
wheel. I know
tarantula
you
on the
were
top of his
asking
head.
yourself, what were those 3 lines
Yeah,
on there?
fucking
That's how he
Australian
adjusts that
tarantula.
wheel when he comes in. A little bit to the right on the right side, a little bit.
And
to the
here we
left.
go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Pace car on pit road. Here comes the field.
Wherever
The
the
start
fuck
line.
Dylan is.
Logano elected the inside, and the Pennzoil 300's underway.
And the green flag, and Larson immediately goes 3 wide and puts Ty Gibbs in a bad spot.
Rookie trying to make a move on Ty
Logano and Blaney, the Pennzoil twins.
So he knows if he pulls out a line, he's got someone that's going to go with him.
Big push here. Look at Chastain and Larson.
A big time push right to the back bumper of his teammate, William Byron. Love this place. Look at the 3-wide action all the way back.
Joey and his hair lead lap 1.
I tell you what, that opened the door up for his teammate, Ryan Blaney, right there. Do not count him out.
Blaney trying to clear his brother-in-law. I think Byron's still dating, or Blaney's dating Byron's sister or something, I think. I think they're still together. I don't know. Byron to second. I love Logano's paint scheme. It gives me Steve Park vibes. Ty Gibbs with the worst sponsor in NASCAR history, Christian hate organization. Jesus. They raise all this money but keep it all for their fucking church, and they hate gay people and trans people. So you tell me who's burning in hell. But they had enough money to pay for a fucking Super Bowl ad. And to be on a cup car. So Ty Gibbs would have the douchiest sponsor in NASCAR history, wouldn't he? And that's saying something. There was a Trump truck a couple of years ago in the Truck Series.
Keeps getting worse and worse. Plays havoc on these teams. Down here in the 20, down underneath Hamlin for another try at 8th place.
Hey, remember Christopher Bell was running top 5 here back in the fall and got wiped out thanks to Bubba and Larson fucking with each other? Keselowski's up in the top 10. This is one of Brad's best tracks. If he can't run good here with Roush, then you know Roush has problems.
You know, he's definitely, Ty's definitely holding up the group just a little bit, but let's just focus on how...
Very perceptive. Danica was always good at holding people the fuck up, so she would know. Larson for 3rd place.
Danica, you have to log laps and learn, and that's what he's doing right now. A little bit of patience goes a long ways. Larson to 3rd, and he's running a groove down at the bottom of...
And Byron's run up on Logano for the lead. While we were looking back at Gibbs and Bell, Logano, look at Logano, immediately changes his line. As soon as Byron gets there, Logano starts looking to mirror drive. No driver in NASCAR spends more time looking in the rearview mirror than Joey Logano. And Larson clears Blaney. He played chicken there. He moved up. Blaney let him have it.
Way more bumpy on the bottom than they are on the top. Those drivers know that. They put them down there. If they're going to make a pass, they're going to have to do it the hard way.
Talked to Larson this morning. He told me the 2 best cars here are the 2 that are out front right now, Logano and Byron.
Look at that run that Ross Chastain just had off the...
If Ross wins, I get money. But I'd like to get that Suarez money.
Down the front straight made it happen.
Yeah, Blaney's definitely not taking off well. He's not happy with the fire in his race car. Maybe it'll settle in. Long stage, 80 laps in this first stage.
You know, sometimes you have your car be really good on a short run. Sometimes it's good on a long run. Obviously, we're going to have to see how this pans out after a few more laps, but they'll definitely need to work on the short run car.
I tell you, who's good on a short run. You see him right there in Joey Logano's mirror. This William Byron is coming, and his teammates in tow.
It seems to me on the bigger tracks, the Chevrolets are just better. Based on California last week and then this. And Logano, we saw this all last year with Logano. They'd qualify well, then fall off halfway through the race, never be seen again. He's done a good job of holding Byron up. And Larson's here now. Larson's probably faster than both of them. Oh my God, Joey didn't mirror drive Byron into turn 1. They're all 3 running different lines. And Byron takes the lead 10 laps in.
Finish of the season better than 25th. He's out front of Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, and Ryan Blaney, the top 5.
Yes, Fox, little kids, we know. They love their kids. Oh, Dylan, where could you be? Did you guys see Chris Rock tear Will Smith a new asshole last night on Netflix? Oh, it was great.
Fucking finally.
Yeah, he finally talked about it. He ripped Will Smith a new one.
As he should.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. He talked about, he said, this man's wife was fucking her son's best friend. And Chris Rock goes, now, normally I would not talk about this shit, but they thought it was okay to put this shit out there. Like, we should all know. And Chris Rock was like, I felt terrible. He said, everybody called Will Smith a bitch. Everybody called him a bitch. And he said, I called him up to, check on him and see how he's doing. Didn't answer my fucking call. He said, I was wanting to check on him and see how he was doing. He said, but everybody else called him a bitch. And then Chris Rock goes, who's he hit? Me. Like, fuck you. Oh, he let him have it. It was great.
As Chris Rock should.
Yeah. Brought back old 90s Chris Rock for that special. Still wish Will would have tried that on Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle would have folded his skinny ass inside out and then stood there on that stage and told 2 hours worth of jokes about his wife.
Mm-hmm.
You would have had to have arrested Dave Chappelle to get him off that stage. But Chris Rock's a nice dude. Everybody says he's like chill as fuck. Bubba top 10, Brad top 10. Not really any surprises in the top 10. Fighting the urge to eat those Twizzlers now. I'm saving them for later. I don't want to eat them. I'm just hungry.
Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And buy Ford, built for America. 15 laps complete in Las Vegas. Hendrick Chevy's William Byron, Kyle Larson, 3/10.
They're checking out, and here comes Ross for third.
Logano and Chastain, third and fourth. Blaney.
Where's Suarez? He's not even top 20.
How about Tyler Reddick? He's gained 16. He's gained 18.
Don't talk about Reddick. You're going to jinx him.
We were in commercial break.
And we'll update that story in a moment. But first, a closer look at Arrow.
He cut off Danica. Producer's like, shut her up. We got to do an ad.
Mike, let's talk about the air that flows through the nose of the race car. I'm here.
Fun fact, I could be watching the race right now, but I'm watching Larry Mack tell me something I already know.
The front bumper. You cannot run any tape whatsoever on that opening. The air that
Oh, really? That's interesting.
goes to two different locations.
I'll be damned.
Actually feeds air to the engine through the throttle body.
You don't say.
The other air actually goes through a duct.
Oh, really?
Air out the louvers in the hood.
That's crazy.
Control the flow of that
Air, man.
plate right there.
You know, my name's Dale, so I can see air.
Plate that they want. And what that does, it affects how much air is pulled through the radiator and affects the pressure of the air going out those louvers that affects the aerodynamics of the race car.
That's something.
It's always that fine line between coolant efficiency.
That looks like a real car, even though it's not. It does look good. Oh, yeah, there's a race going on.
Really impressed with Tyler Reddick's run. We've got, the biggest mover being him, up 19 spots now to 15th position. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have Ty Gibbs, who started right up front. And he's down to 22nd. So,
Well, so much for me saying, I wonder how Ty's going to run today.
But I think Tyler's going to be a factor in this race. I know he started at the back, but when we started off...
Truex top 10 now. Truex is good here.
I was going to pick Tyler for the long shot.
Well, that's a good pick. I mean, it's very impressive. No practice. Remember, not one lap of practice qualifying, nothing for Tyler Reddick.
Well, let's go back to 8th place and last week's winner.
Blaney's faded. Logano's faded. Their Penske cars are already doing their thing.
The key that I like there is he told him, he told him what the car is doing, but he also hinted that he can go, he can free it up. Got plenty of security, the rear end stuck, so you can free me up, help my front end. I need to be able to pick up the gas.
You guys have been awfully quiet this weekend.
Keep that momentum.
Yesterday, nobody said a word.
But he is closing on leader William Byron.
Lonely here.
Let's check with Jamie.
We talked about the great qualifying effort for Ty.
Yeah, what's up with Ty?
Remember, he's a rookie.
Oh, yeah, Chase Briscoe and Ryan Preece and Stuart Haas cars running 25th and 29th. That still shocks me. Austin Dillon, 31st. Suarez, 20th. He's moving up.
Bowman's doing all right. Ross the Boss is third. Willie B and Larson are first and second. That's good.
Ham Sandwich and Joey Logano. Old Plugs versus Ham Sandwich.
Faster than race leader William Byron right now.
They are too. I tell you, you see Denny Hamlin making that dive move down on the bottom. See if he clears.
Old Dennis.
His teammate Christopher Bell, he beat him to the punch. He's the one that's passing faster than him. Christopher Bell's on the move.
Bell and Hamlin look really good. Truex looks good.
3.5 off the lead.
Everybody else is not much of a surprise.
87 leaders out of 65.
Coming up to complete 24 laps, that is William Byron's car number. He's your leader, 1.2 seconds ahead of his Hendrick Chevy teammate, Kyle Larson. Ross Chastain in third. Toyota's filled the rest of the top five with Bell and Hamlin.
I'm not surprised to see Josh Barrett running 30th, considering he's never driven these cars on a track like this before. That's why I thought he was a good replacement, but I was like, oh, they're probably going to suck this weekend. I didn't have high expectations for Josh today. He had about 20, 25 laps of practice yesterday, I think. Scroll, fucker. Bubbles will hear the car coming up the road and start whining. But they're almost home. Just note, like I mentioned, Briscoe, Almirola, and Preece are all running like ass in Harvick's 12th. Which isn't good for him, but it just goes to show you. When Harvick retires at the end of the year, I think Stuart Haas is fucked.
I do too.
Like, I don't know. Like, you never know. They can maybe turn it around, but if they keep going on the path, they look like they're turning into Roush. When Harvick's out, they're fucked. At least for a couple of years. Because you see what they're working with. I know Preece can drive. I know Briscoe can drive. You guys want to know what's going on in the garage? Listen to Denny Hamlin's podcast. He called it a couple weeks ago. He said, I think the Chevys are about to, like, kick everybody's ass for at least a little bit this year.
Like last year.
He called the Daytona 500. He said Fords are going to run the Daytona 500. I mean, I know Stenhouse ended up winning, but you saw that race was controlled by Fords all day. And Hamlin said it's going to be Fords all day. And then he said going into California, Chevrolets. And I expect more of the same today, and you're seeing it. Keselowski's up to 7th. Kyle Busch dropped to 11th. What happened to him? That's not the leader, Fox.
But they keep running higher and higher on this racetrack. Eventually, somebody's going to run out of room, and that somebody.
Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch at the wall.
Talking about being tight, it bit him. Bit him off the corner. Had two cars side by side. Got into the wall. Here it is. You can see he's headed the wrong direction, too tight in the wake of
It didn't really hurt him, but it slowed him down.
Got in the wall pretty hard. A lot of damage there. He was 7th when that happened. He is now 11th.
Make that 12th because Reddick just passed him.
Let's listen in.
Body looks okay, just the paint off the tires, got the right rear works on the right front. Steering wheel's off, tucked in center to the right.
Yeah, Karen, I think I agree. Tony Stewart has way too much going on. He runs the SRX series. He's got a drag racing team now. Gene Haas is a Formula One team now. Worry about your NASCAR shit, maybe? Blaney's pitting. This is kind of early. You can make it from here to the end of the stage, but it still seems early. Must have just been really struggling.
47 to go in the stage, so we're kind of right in the fuel window. Regan.
Racing a 12-car Ryan Blaney. Of course, that car tight, as we reported earlier, that brought them to pit road a little bit earlier than most.
That's not a bad call. Falling back, you can only fall back so far. Again, he can make it to the end. 80 laps in this stage. Here they come.
And Truex is pitting. Everybody's. Logano's going to pit too.
Yeah, Larry told us today's fuel window 48 to 52 laps, so right on time.
Yeah, you can't forget SRX. I just think Tony Stewart has too much going on. Can you let Dylan get to his seat?
You're going to see some of them start peeling off, but why would you not peel off as a leader? You know, it's second difference. You cannot peel off sometimes because you never know if that caution's going to come.
Whose fucking onboard is this?
Riding down pit road with Denny Hamlin. Regan.
Oh, it's Byron.
Like Denny Hamlin's been pleased with his race car thus far at the start of this race. Pretty smooth and steady on the track, just a little bit too tight in turns 1 and 2.
Byron.
William Byron.
Austin Cindric is in, and more comers. Harrison Burton, Ryan Preece on pit road. Again, you still haven't seen the leader William Byron, his teammate Larson. They haven't pitted yet. They're going to keep an eye on Chastain. Some of these other guys are in maybe in the top 5. I want to take you back. Why haven't they?
Logano ran longer than I thought he would.
Somebody wrecks it. It's not causes a caution. All these cars could be a lap down. That's why, as a
I think
leader,
Ryan Preece needs 4 tires and an exorcist to fix that car. Do what? Chastain and Suarez. If Suarez wins, they got like $60. So. Well, he qualified 4th and immediately dropped to 23rd. So. God lied to you. That bastard. I was thinking Chevrolets. You see okay from over there? Yeah.
I can only imagine how good Chase would do it right now.
He just smacked the wall a couple laps ago.
Yeah, he kind of went sideways and smacked the wall. He can still save it though.
But this race car's been good off the truck since yesterday.
Oh, he was already doing so well, 25th. Noah Gragson sped on pit road when he was already running 25th. Go green. Go green as long as you want. How much time is Blaney going to gain? He pitted first. Yeah. And I hate Ty Gibbs' stupid-ass sponsor, but I'm glad him and Reddick aren't driving identical cars this week. That got old fast. We're 3 weeks in, and I was already sick of it. I'd be like, monster car, which one is that? Brad's got a pretty sick-looking car. I get Mark Martin Viagra vibes off that car. Fuck. That Castrol car was nice. It was like black, silver, red, green.
I'm liking the Fastenal car.
I'll have to show you a picture. At next commercial, I'll show you a picture of the Castrol car. It's fucking awesome. Dylan, I went back and watched. Did you hear Boyer last week when they cut away from a good battle on track? And Boyer goes, what? And then he stops. Even the announcers are getting fed up with Fox. And Boyer went, what?
Ty Gibbs, too many men over the wall.
Too many men over the wall on Gibbs, so his bad day is pretty much cemented now.
So Ty Gibbs and Noah Gregson have completely screwed themselves.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's fantastic.
They're not in the Xfinity series anymore, that's for sure.
No, they are not.
BJ McLeod, third. What is this, NASCAR Heat 5? Noah sped again. So that's another penalty. Slow down, Noah. You're driving like your dad on a residential street.
So we cycled through with William Byron and Kyle Larson. They were 1.3 seconds.
It's Byron, Larson, Chastain, Bell, Hamlin, Kozlowski.
Beautiful top three. Oh, I love it.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Ain't nothing like it.
I had to do the Scott Hall to get out of here.
I'm sure there are people who are not happy with it being a Chevy stinker, but I am not one of them.
Well, we've only had Chevys win this year, so.
Which is great. I love it.
You know, I appreciate Bojangles giving me as much Pintos as possible. And me dropping my headset as well. I appreciate that. But they fill the shit up so high you can't open it without getting a bowl for your bowl of Pintos. You just pull the top off and it's just over the side like a fucking volcano. I hate this fucking microphone. Thank you. I hope there's no boogers and cum on this food. Dylan, you ever see that episode of South Park? The Yelper special? Cartman's a Yelp reviewer. And there's a song in the episode about what they do to your food when they find out you're a Yelp reviewer. Get yourself ready for boogers and cum. And it's like people in South Park like jacking off on food. Boogers and cum. Hey, what's that on your pretzel? Boogers and cum. 157 Barber Street. Anthony's going to use DoorDash. He's about to pay $70 for $15 worth of food.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite. Yeah. Zaxby's has fallen off anyway, and if they want to raise their prices, fuck them, because their shit's not as good as it used to be. I don't need it that bad. We're getting a Popeyes. They're building a Popeyes next to Lowe's.
Oh,
yeah.
That's what that is.
Yes.
Oh, losing 3 spots in that exchange. Bubba Wallace picked up 1, and Ryan Blaney lost 1.
Really?
Things are much as they were.
We need a good burger place. Like a really good burger place.
In danger of going a lap down here to William Byron. Pulsar Joey Logano currently
Yes! In the same spot they were at. Yes.
Things are looking up around here.
Yes, they are. I've missed Long John Silver's.
You can find all the scores on the leaderboard.
So we are getting long johns. We are getting long johns. Is that official?
You can apply on Indeed. Long John, you can apply for
It's been such a feel-good story, Trackhouse Racing.
The way you sold that deal
picking right up where they left off. Got an opportunity to get Justin on here.
Oh,
Check
yeah,
this
show
out.
us some
Hey,
Rossi
Justin
balls.
Marks,
Kyle Busch
story
back in the
down
top
the
10. You see, short pitting didn't help Blaney at all. He's 11th.
I tell you what's hot. It's your company, Trackhouse Racing.
Yep.
Looking good, firing on all these
What you
cylinders,
dashing?
picking up right where you left off, man. I'm telling you,
I
I'm a
think
believer. Last year was
you're
no
swaying
no
me with the
sophomore
bow
James
hunt
happening.
legs, though.
Where is
I
this
do
coming
love me
from?
some bow hunt legs. Jesus, that feedback.
They're talking to Justin Marks during the race. That's kind of cool.
Tell me about Ross Chastain, Phil Surge, and Daniel Suarez, Travis Mack right in front of you that we see there.
Oh my God, there's another Stuart Haas car in the top 20.
About culture, about parity, about the chemistry with these guys.
How is Spire Motorsports better than Stuart Haas now?
That is a great question. Because Daniel Suarez is a badass.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Fucker.
They spent a couple dinners together and got to know each other and just clicked right away. So they complement each other really, really well. And both teams work together really, really well. So, you know, we put a lot of emphasis on our people. We try to get really, really motivated people.
Hard to get uglier than the one we saw him win in at Martinsville.
Never been to the playoffs before, and that was the same thing with both of our drivers. So they had that fire, they had that hunger, and just put them all together, stood back, and watched it happen.
Well, buddy, it is fun to watch happen. Glad you're in this sport. You're a big part of it. You're on fire. I think that one car, he is without a doubt the car to beat. So good luck.
Appreciate you guys. Stay warm up there.
Justin Marks for Trackhouse Racing. We're with Tyler Reddick. That is Alex Bowman, last year's winner here just ahead. This race is for 12th place. And pull right in on Ryan Blaney.
Or we can zoom right in on William Byron.
Byron has led 40 laps, the most he's ever led in a Las Vegas Cup race. He's a half a second ahead of teammate Kyle Larson.
Fun fact, probably not even going to eat those Pintos. They're a dipping sauce. It's like the best dipping sauce ever. Bojangles Cajun Pintos. Once again, hope there's no boogers and cum in this. Our Bojangles has a habit of if you get food while the first shift is working, it's really good. But if you go there after like 4 or 5 o'clock, the food sucks. But this actually turned out pretty good. Well, it's still 4:20, so.
Hell, there you go.
No way!
That's why.
Food ASMR.
Oh.
You are a naughty chef.
I love that whole phase.
Gavin, can we stop now? Baste it. Oh yeah, baste it.
Baste it.
Put this big roast in.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just gonna open the oven door. Put this big roast in. Yeah. Do you like the way the grease drips down the breast? It's all coming back to me. I'm sitting here thinking about it.
That whole just
Video's no longer on YouTube.
What, that one?
I took that one off. Pretty
that
sure
was
they took
in
that
a
one off.
Minecraft video. That was in.
Well, the Minecraft video's up, but the animated adventure of it, I think they took it off.
Yeah, that one's probably not up, but I know I can find the Minecraft video though.
Shout out to Ryan Haywood for becoming the Chris Benoit of Achievement Hunter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking pervert.
Yep.
But he did prove me right when I said he'll be the next one to go. I just didn't think he'd go for that.
Right.
But I called that years ago. I said, Ray left, Ryan will be next. How I wish I was wrong.
Me too.
Wednesday on FS1, the Big East tournament.
Basketball.
Madison Square Garden with a big triple header.
Hey, I'm going to Madison Square Garden too.
Then DePaul versus Seton Hall. Finally, Georgetown Villanova. It's Wednesday. It's only on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Here in Las Vegas, 59 laps complete. William Byron half a second ahead of his Chevy Camaro teammate Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, Denny Hamlin for Toyota, and the first Ford is Brad Keselowski back in 9th place.
You know, we've talked a lot about these smaller teams being better than some of the big ones, but, you know, we look out front. You got William Byron out in the leads. Larson's in second, and they're super
Bubba and
fast.
Kyle Busch are doing better in this second half of this run. Bubba's 7th, Kyle Busch back up to 8th.
Closing in on William Byron just a little bit. But
Blaney is drifting away back to Stuart Haas territory.
Tyler Reddick back up to 11th. Remember, he started 34th, got no practice, no qualifying, because when they went to fire the engine up for practice, they found something they did not like and decided it was worth changing the engine and losing all the practice and qualifying.
Look at fucking
He's fast. Bubba Wallace passing Harrison Burton. Remember, that's a backup car for Burton, who's going a lap down. Wallace tracking Truex. They are 6th and 7th, but running only about 0.2 of a second behind the leader. And Ryan Blaney not entirely thrilled with his car right now.
No shit.
Telling me really what happened at the front of his car. That thing's fast. Him and his teammate, all these Toyotas came to play. See, you heard Danica talk about Reddick, but I'm telling you, Bubba Wallace is extremely fast.
He's had a good weekend all weekend. He's been in the hunt the whole time, so this isn't surprising to me. And he's been on a good run so far this season. So
I ate it too
If
much.
he could just stay consistent, I think he's gonna have a good day.
And he needs one. He has run well, but he has not been around at the finish.
I'll put some salt in your mouth with some boogers and cum.
You know, takes me back to Blaney when he said, down on the grid, up on top of the racetrack. There's things that those guys can do as he gains the track position or loses it, raising and lowering these cars. You can't afford to do that with green flag pit stop. Get to this caution stage in, go make some adjustments. Get
That sounds gross.
All of that aero underneath these cars is very dependent on the speed that you're going and the traffic that you're in.
Like eating fetuses or something?
Now look at this top 11 all the way down through Tyler Reddick.
You guys ever ate a fetus before? It's gross.
Byron and Busch started this race up front in the top 5. Everybody else has surged to the front. Josh
Remember when the
Berry's
big
got
boss
one
man
lap down,
killed Al Snow's dog and fed it to him?
replacing the injured Chase Elliott for today and the foreseeable future. And logging laps.
It's got a sponsor. It's just the ugliest Coca-Cola car you've ever seen.
As we take you, Fox,
There's Coke. There's Coke on that car, and maybe Coke behind the wheel, but I don't know what Stenhouse does with his private time. Yeah, Stenhouse's car is particularly shit. JTG Doherty Racing's ran a master class the last 10 years of bad paint schemes.
Shout out to Logano, the cat killer.
Every now and then they have a good one. At least the one Stenhouse won Daytona with was a nice one.
Can you believe Logano ran over a cat? I think that's worse than what Tony Stewart did.
Oh.
To be honest with you.
I didn't know.
Oh, the cat. Yeah, the cat last week. Yeah.
And you know,
Horrible.
a lot of people pointed out, do you remember when we had the caution and then AJ spun?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they seen the cat, called the caution, and a bunch of guys checked up, and AJ like got hit, and it was just a funny like
Twisted Toe posted their reactions to the race, and they watched the international broadcast that shows you stuff during the commercial break. During the commercial break, they showed the cat. It was like, oh, man.
I seen a picture of the crew out there with the shovel.
Oh, yeah. That's horrible. You guys heard about the cat, right? The NASCat. Hashtag NASCat. Fucking nice. I heard it was Blaney that hit it, and then apparently it was actually Logano, but they run all the lines. That's the shitty part about that track.
We all know who would run over a cat. Because you definitely have full control at 190 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. See, but that's the shitty thing about Auto Clip Speedway. That track's 5 lanes wide, and everybody runs all 5 lanes, so there's no hiding in the center of the corner at California.
No, there's not.
That cat was fucking doomed.
Yeah.
I remember the dog that got on the track under caution at Mexico City in like 2003 or 4. Yeah. He got on like the grass near the track and then turned around and hopped back over the wall. He went through the little access gate. So that's a smart dog. Pretty sure that was Mexico City. Remember the guy who threw the shoe on the track in Montreal and it fucked up Danica's car while she was leading?
That's fucking awesome.
Was it John Hunter that got killed by that?
Yes! Like Darlington, somebody threw something that fucking went bonk on John Hunter's truck when he's doing his post-race interview.
It sounded like it would have killed him.
Yeah. Like a brick hit his truck.
Hurry up, stage 1. I'm hungry.
You gonna go somewhere?
Going to Bojangles.
I'll go with you.
Them seasoned fries.
Yeah, save your $70 on DoorDash.
Actually, I might just wait until Anthony orders it first and then go.
No, I done closed the app on my phone.
3 Chevys on point.
What do you mean you don't want to go to Sonic?
4 Toyotas lined up to run them down. Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Martin Truex, Bubba Wallace. And the rest of the top 10, the Chevys of Bowman and Busch, and the first 4 is Keselowski in 10th.
There's he finally giving up. Denny's been hounded his Christopher Bell, his teammate there, finally giving him a spot. I think you're going to see Denny go run on by Chastain too.
You know who's been really pissing me off with their fries is Zaxby's. You have to beg, practically suck them off to get them to give you seasoning on the fries.
Sometimes you just want your teammate to have a go at the guy you've been working
that's why
on.
my jaw hurts.
You can only hold him up so long. Eventually, you see you're getting
Okay, well then the next time I go to Zaxby's, I know what I got to do.
The only restaurant I'd be willing to perform sexual favors for better food would be at Chili's. Nah, because you know the people that work at Chili's. I've never seen not hot women at Chili's.
That will manifest itself later in the season.
I do like what I get at Chili's.
What do you get? What do you get?
It's like this
Talk about points, and I heard that Cliff Daniels. I said, man, at Daytona, what were you doing out there?
Them damn Texas cheese fries, I swear.
Running for these points when you're locked in the front row. Points, buddy. They're important in a big way. Don't you think for a second?
I think that's what I get is.
Let's go back to 14th place behind Eric Jones. That's Joey Logano, our pole sitter, Jamie.
Mike, we're at that point in the race where you see the comers and
Alex Bowman's up to 7th. Josh Berry, come on, man.
I know what I'm getting next time I have Chili's.
He's just getting too tight. So the pole sitter now is going back to 14. Mike, he hasn't been able to make up.
He ain't going to be racing at Atlanta.
I'll tell you one thing I noticed in the in-car.
They always say it's going to be at least a month.
How tight his headrest is to his helmet. Very, very tight corners.
Might be Jimmy Johnson.
See that? And you can see just, man, he looks focused in there. Head down and digging.
Could be.
Say another thing about that.
What if it was Jeff Gordon?
Danica, you've been in there.
Carl Edwards. Edwards would never run Atlanta now.
From a Logano. The guy wears glasses too.
Brian Boitano.
I would think would play a havoc
What would
with
Brian
the
Boitano
drivers,
do?
especially wearing glasses.
Yes, if you get the headrest too tight, it can
I know,
kind of
Bill
start to
would.
bounce
He
back
would.
and forth a little bit.
Bill just ran Xfinity races like the year
And
before.
in Atlanta?
Really?
Yeah.
If you've made a change, he's been in the series so long. I'm sure he's comfortable, but yeah, I wouldn't want to.
Bill Elliott raced.
I wear contacts.
In the last few years, Bill Elliott's done Xfinity race, and he's raced SRX, so Bill will still race.
But I also would like to see
And the padding in case of impact. You don't want that drive. The more that driver's head travels, the harder the impact can be, even when it's padded.
Exactly. The more anything travel around.
Guys, I'm getting my hopes up. I want Bill Elliott to drive Chase's car at Atlanta. That'd be great.
William Byron is doing what Kyle Busch did here Friday night in the truck race, and that is taking up the show. Kyle Larson is drifted back down to where he is 9/10 of a second back. Chastain 7 seconds back. Hamlin, Bell, Truex, and Bowman. And here's Kyle
You got a better
Busch in
look at
ninth place.
cars.
Regan.
Well, Mike, we had the radio earlier after Kyle Busch got into the wall about the steering wheel. Since his pit stop earlier on, though, no issues right now. Actually likes that car better now than he did the first run of the race. Only issue, just got the right rear of the car a little bit too hot. Needs the front tires to work better also.
Caution free through 77.
Don't start a sentence with the C word.
Now, 2 laps to go.
Because I hear caution free.
I'm extremely
I was
impressed
gonna bring
with
up,
the toughness of that race car, the toughness of these cars in general. He smoked the wall, hit the right front hard enough that he said that wheel's off. And again, anytime my wheel's been off that far, your day is done.
Yeah, it was a big hit, but that's what's so cool about these new cars is that you can get into the wall a bit and still keep going, and that makes it interesting. But hey,
That's like
it's
peak
nice to find
NASCAR.
some of those times where you hit the wall and actually make your car better.
Peak NASCAR is a long green run, as dull as it can be. And then when the cars start coming and going at the end of the run, who gets better, who's not as good. Chandler Smith had like a 5-second lead at one point. They pitted. Austin Hill cycled in front of him. Chandler Smith passed him back, drove out to a big lead again. Last 10 laps, I don't know what happened. Chandler Smith got tight. That shit just got bad. He couldn't hold the bottom. And Austin Hill and Justin Allgaier passed his ass coming to one. Brutal.
Yeah, I felt like it would have been like 2 or 3 more laps.
And William Byron won stage 1.
The Hinderkamp 1-2, Chastain back there. I'll tell you what's not
Because the run he had coming to the checker that was
What fucked Allgaier over was how easy it was for Hill to get by Chandler Smith. Because Chandler Smith got tight coming off of 4, and it just opened up a big hole, and Hill didn't have to fight him or nothing. Cleared him. If he had stayed side by side with him for just half a straightaway, Allgaier would have passed them both. Allgaier would have won. But Chandler Smith just went so wide, Austin Hill drove right by. And Allgaier ran out of time.
Makes me wonder when are we going to get, or what track will Allgaier's first win be at this year? You know he's going to win that race.
Well, we're going to, for Xfinity, we're doing Charlotte.
He tends to win when we show up.
We're doing
for
Charlotte,
Xfinity.
Bristol, and Darlington for Xfinity at least. Maybe fall Martinsville. Maybe. I know we got a lot going on in the fall, so. But the 2 weekends I want to do the most are Bristol and Darlington in the fall. Go ahead and get our Bristol hotel. You know it's going to be hard to get.
In the fall?
Yeah. Because if we go the Bristol dirt race, we'll just go there day of. Can we make a deal now? Let's plan.
Let's make a deal.
Let's plan like we're going to North Wilkesboro. We're probably not, but let's just say we are. So if I get on the day of the race and see decent tickets, we go. Can you swing that and like seriously plan like you're going? Are you a swinger?
Here we go. Thinking about it.
Because I want to go to North Wilkesboro so bad, I don't want to give up until the
Do you
very
know
end.
what really concerns, and this is really, really petty, kind of selfish. The one reason that, or the one thing that steers me away from North Wilkesboro is like the past 5 years that I'll say, every time you have a first time, it don't matter what the fuck it is, first car, first time at the track, first time back in a
I know
long
where this is
time,
going.
Joey Logano.
I
First year in a new car, champion. First time on Bristol Dirt. First time on fucking, what was the other race? Not Infinity.
St. Louis.
Gateway.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Fucking one Gateway.
Bristol
And
Dirt,
it was
St.
like every
Louis,
time
and the
we get
Clash.
a first, Joey Logano.
He's really good at that.
I think we were joking about it when they announced North Wilkesboro. I was like, oh, well, Joey's going to win it, but at least it's an all-star race, so it won't matter. But that's another thing. It's the all-star race. That's kind of what makes me want to go.
Yeah, you want to
I feel like it will be really fucking fun.
But
kind
not
of a weird race to watch in person. It wouldn't seem like much, but
sure. But then
no,
it's like
all-star race in person. I would want it at Bristol. I want that at Bristol. In person, I want it at Bristol. On TV, I want it somewhere like Charlotte, somewhere big. But in person, give me Bristol. Because Bristol racing in real life is the one that's exceptional.
They had the All-Star race at Bristol during COVID, if you remember. They did let some people in.
That one had the light-up cars.
They had the neon under the cars. Yeah, it wasn't as cool as you thought it would have been. Because when I heard, oh, we're putting neon under the car, I'm like, oh, that'll look sick. They put like a little bit at the back of the car. That's like, well, that just looks like
I
that.
thought it was going to be like big glows.
Yeah, from under the car, right? But no, it was just like a little bit under the rear end.
See these lights going
Oh, and they weren't color coordinated. Chase had a fucking what's that weird color of toothpaste green on that car, but his underglow was orange. Just the Chevrolets had to have orange underglow. The Fords had blue, and the Toyotas had red. So it didn't even match all the paint schemes. It looked fucking stupid. It's like, why couldn't you just make it a color coordinate? You shall return.
What an awesome player, awesome human. Neat to see him here.
Bryce went to high school here.
Bojangles, where's my sponsorship? I just convinced 2 guys without even trying to go to Bojangles.
Brad Keselowski, 10th.
William Byron won stage 1, Larson 2nd, Chastain 3rd. Bubba getting them stage points as well. He finished 7th. Oh, he finished 8th, actually. Excuse me.
Pounding on them, ready to break them up. Look at that, Danica.
You want to wave to these fans?
Hey, if they could see me now.
Yep.
That's cool.
Nobody can see you, Danica. You're too short.
So pits should be open this time by. This will be the first caution flag pit stop of the day. They had a green flag pit stop sequence, lap 34 to 39, with the leaders all coming in about 37.
Now, this is the pit stop. Finally, you can make some more adjustments. You can afford that time. Can't afford to do that on a green flag pit stop. Maybe just some subtle adjustments. The obvious, it would be an air pressure adjustment. I think you're going to see them wedge wrenches.
Put Dale Jr. in Chase Elliott's car. He'd never do it.
Ride heights, all that stuff is dependent on where you're running the pace, and that is dependent on where you're at on a lap.
Especially at Atlanta.
I'd say Hamlin and Truex probably made the biggest and best adjustment. They pitted early the last time.
Junior's trying to avoid another concussion.
Here we go.
Lead lap cars are in. Here's Riggin.
Like the 5 of Kyle Larson, happy from the driver's seat right now. At the end of that run, though, he made note that the car started getting too loose over the bumps with the rear of it. And the one car, Ross Chastain, first run that car was tight. It had swung the opposite direction, now complaining about being too loose for it. The rear tires were gone off of it. Jamie?
Martin Truex Jr., remember last week they lost a wheel, so 2 of the crew members are suspended. We have fill-ins for rear changer and Jackman. Got a little bit too tight there. The 24 too tight in dirty air. Needs a little bit more turn.
So here's your race off.
Byron, Larson, Hamlin, Chastain, and Truex, the top 5 coming off pit road. Eric Jones into the top 10 with a good pit stop.
And tough break there for Tyler Reddick. He was blocked in by the 16, Allmendinger. Excellent.
Well, there's that Tyler Reddick luck.
Let's check in with old William Byron, stage 1 winner. How about you, William Byron? Spoyer, Danica, Mike up in the booth, you got us?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Well, buddy, started on the front row and haven't looked back bad fast with this 24 car. Looks tough with the paint scheme. Definitely tough on the old lap time ticker. What do you got?
Yeah.
Breaking news, William Byron's fast.
Kyle was really good there, too, so got a couple good injured Chevys and feel good about it. So just gotta
From what I heard, Dale Jr.'s not interested in all at being in a cup car.
the lap traffic's definitely dynamic. You kind of plays the factors, your lane choice.
The vibe he gave me on his podcast, somebody said, would you consider
Cool thing about this track, you can move around.
running the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro? And Junior said, absolutely not.
Honestly, just the wind is such a big factor right now. Like, you feel like kind of push you off in the corner and you get that RPM going down the back straightaway.
I think
That's what I feel.
if Junior could test and get a lot of practice, he probably would like to run a race, maybe.
We mentioned Tyler Reddick. He came into the
But without testing or any way to get good laps,
getting blocked in.
other than like the, 30 minutes of practice you get,
Restart coming up.
I don't think we'll ever see Junior in a cup car ever again. That's just my guess. That's my instinct. That's okay. You can have fun running the Cars Tour, late model shit, and Xfinity part-time. So I look forward to going to Bristol later this year. I'm doing the whole weekend in Bristol this time simply because he's in the Xfinity race. That's why I did Martinsville last year. So wherever Junior goes, that's where I'm going to spend a weekend. See him race at least once a year. I'll be right back. throw the old Bojangles box away. Interesting race so far. Nothing that exciting, but curious to see if anybody has anything for Byron and Larson. I think Ross does. Denny, Truex, Bell, and Bubba are right there with him. Bowman's coming on strong. Kozlowski's having a solid day. Kyle Busch is Kyle Busch. He's going to be a factor.
Stage 1 after pit stops.
Can the Penske cars recover? They were so strong for the first, 10 laps? And then they just fell off.
Ryan Preece got the free pass on this caution flag for the end of stage 1. That'll give us 23 cars on the lead lap when we restart.
And it's a lovely day for a race.
On Chase Elliott, injured in a snowmobile accident on Friday. Surgery Friday night. Flew home yesterday. Chase is home in good spirits.
I hope Chase is in good spirits. This would suck.
Rick Hendrick, and starts physical therapy tomorrow morning. Josh Berry behind the wheel.
Josh Berry's 24th, a lap down. I don't expect much from Josh. Has basically no experience in these cars.
Statement. And that was earlier this weekend.
Just to clarify, clean it up, it was a snowboarding accident, not snowmobile. Well, in all fairness, that was what...
Yeah, he's not fucking Jeremy Renner. Thank God. Chase is going to be all right.
Nonetheless, you can see everybody's wishing old Chase Elliott was in this 9.
Yeah, it's not the same without him. It sucks having one less great driver out there. But it opens up an opportunity for somebody else, because you know Chase would be a top 5 car today. Certainly looking at how his teammates ran so far.
Yeah, you can't really see it from here, but he's definitely at the wrong angle, 45-degree angle pointed in, couldn't get out of the box. You can see the time lost. Very costly here. This car is extremely fast, mowed up through the field. Can't go backwards at this point. Everybody's going to get back.
Here comes the choose.
45's fast, though.
Larson outside, Byron inside, Hamlin inside, Chastain outside. That's your first 2 rows.
And J. Allmendinger there, he did not block Reddick in. He was properly positioned in his box.
Yeah, I thought he was plenty deep.
Yep. There's the all-new Toyota Camry TRD that leads
Dylan chiming in from the local Bojangles.
to begin stage 2.
Bojangles MC, Far City chapter.
Chastain, Truex, Bell, Wallace, Bowman, Kozlowski, Busch, the top 10.
I'm excited to see what Hamlin can do here.
Yeah.
Made up a lot of ground, another pit stop to make his car better.
Now remember, this year the Geico Restart Zone has changed. It is 25% longer on each end than it was. This is something NASCAR is trying for the first 5 weeks of the season at the request of the drivers to have a longer restart zone. And
So this longer restart zone is temporary unless they like what they've seen after the first 5 weeks. That restart last week at Fontana with the 10-car crash didn't do this any favors, but so far it seems like a good thing.
It's the very reason you have a longer and want and ask for a long one, to put the advantage to the leader. Unfortunately, those guys will lag him back.
Well, the leader is William Byron here. Do not change lanes before the line. Don't go below the white line.
Bunch of cars, good cars.
Good launch for Byron and Hamlin on the bottom.
On the outside.
Yeah, but what you saw in those first 3 cars, first 3 rows, nose to tail, they were all
Bubba 3 wide through the middle of Bowman and Truex for 6th place.
Everybody stayed pretty in order this time.
Alex Bowman lagged back a bit.
Hamlin making a charge for second. Car's starting to push up, though. I think Larson's going to get by him on the outside.
You see how quick they sorted that out? They needed to, because you saw Keselowski coming up on them. That help in the rear view mirror. If you're
Hamlin still stays side by side with Larson. Byron's the only one clear. Trying to put some distance on the field. Here's a push from Ross to Larson. That's going to close the gap on Byron going to 3.
huge push by Chastain, but you said
Just a little bit.
Here comes that 11.
Old Denny's got her hooked up for this run. They're 3 wide behind him and Larson. Bell, Truex, and Chastain. Bubba has nowhere to go. Bowman looking for a place to go. This is one hell of a pack right here. 3 wide still, Bell, Truex, and Chastain. Larson trying to take a defensive line into 3 to stay in front of Hamlin. Hamlin gets taut. Had that shallow entry. That block really hurt Hamlin there. And he falls back to Chastain now, just in front of that 3 wide battle behind him.
3 Toyotas trying to fight their way to the front with Ross Chastain right in their midst in the number 1.
Still seeing that top roll fast, though. If you've got that outside lane, all you have to do is get on the rear corner.
Ooh, Bill's car pushing up the track. He kept it off of Truex. And Ross and Denny back together again for 3rd place.
Right there. All you see Denny right on the outside of Ross Chastain's left, right rear. That's all he has to do to have that entire lane and all that momentum.
The ballad of Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin continues. Clean racing today. And Byron and Larson are cruising away.
Slide job, if you will. You have to get up in front of him before you get to that 3/4 mark and start talking about an exit.
Now you can send it that way on fresh tires, but how many
Bell passes Hamlin for 4th. Hamlin had a good little short run car going, but lost a couple spots now.
And give yourself a little bit of a penalty from that, but that is a classic move. Drivers pull that all the time.
You see, just like Danik is talking about, just barely that 19 Martin Truex Jr. got to the outside of Denny
Hamlin loses another spot. He falls out of the top 5. I think he did. He was busting ass on the bottom. I was like, damn, Denny's got it hooked up this run. Just doesn't have the overall speed to deal with Byron and Larson, and tried to overcompensate for it, obviously. Don't blame him. He had to try. That clean air would be real nice to get out front like that. I love this racetrack. I love this car on big tracks. Next week, we get our first taste of what the short track package is like. Ooh, man. Gibbs got put in the middle of LaJoy and Austin Dillon and almost wrecked. They kept going, though. That could have been a bad one there on the front stretch. Oh, man, why can't this weather stay like this for the rest of the year? It's so nice. So again, you guys aren't the most talkative bunch today. There's 9 of you here. Pretend this is Reddit. Ask me anything. I need something to fill time during commercials. Alex Bowman just passed Denny Hamlin for 6th. Feel good about one of my bets. Disappointed in Suarez so far, big time. Him and Custer just let me down this week, but I'm glad I got Chastain. Chastain is still not good at closing races out. You know, even one of the races he won last year at COTA, he kind of blew it late and had to, drive through somebody to get it back. Saw it over and over again last year, like the Las Vegas playoff race kind of gave that one away at the end to Logano. And I feel like Larson's great at closing out a race. Byron is as well. Truex is. So Chastain's the guy in the top 5. I'm like, can you finish this out today if you get out front? Can you not do the Chandler Smith from yesterday? That was heartbreaking. I'm not even like a super Chandler Smith fan, but he's starting to grow on me. But damn, I felt bad for him yesterday. About like I feel bad for Chase Briscoe and Ryan Preece and those fucking Stewart Haas cars.
Fox is sponsored by
Best car on Fox.
Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever?
3 races in, and I can't wait for NBC.
If you're hiring, you need Indeed.
Indeed. They should get Taka Michinoku and Funaki to do commercials for that. Indeed.
Currently running 14th. So, in Clint's game, Super 6 question for Stage 2. Which manufacturer will have the car that gains more positions by the end of Stage 2, and how many will they gain? Ford or Chevrolet?
Right now, that advantage goes to Chevrolet. A lot of racing left before the end of Stage 2. All you got to do, remember, get on that.
All you got to do.
Come get my money. A lot of fun over there. Easy to do. Free to play.
Race is flying by. We've only had one yellow for the stage. Suarez and Buescher almost crash off a 2. Oh! Suarez ran wide and put Buescher in the wall hard. Right in front of poor Ryan Blaney, who was falling all the way back there to that. Buescher and Suarez carry on, though.
Been up and into the wall in the number 9, and look at that wheel wobbly on the left front.
Tire Gibbs. Tire's down.
54 might have a tire going down. Josh Berry brushed the wall. Not as hard as the 17 or even Kyle Busch earlier.
Probably didn't even want to be in that situation. You heard him talk about logging laps, Danica. All that man wanted to do, log all the laps in and lead lap.
Yeah, but it tells me he's not happy. I mean, he dropped back very quickly in the race, and and then he hits the wall. I would say he's probably struggling. He's probably really unhappy with the balance.
Josh Berry didn't know he was going to be in this car until Friday.
Well, unfortunately, hey, this is the big times. This is the Cup Series. These guys are all good. Doesn't matter where you're at on this track. You're there for a reason.
Austin Dillon's the first car lap down in 24th.
Not the end of the day. A lot of racing left.
All right, Noah Gregson makes a green flag pit stop, and we'll check in with Jamie.
Gregson's on pit road, 25 laps into the stage.
Tire wear. Bowman has been saying he's tight, so as a result, this is the right front. A little bit of cording on the first round, and then on the second stop, a little bit of cording right here on the right front. I just talked to Goodyear, and they said this track is taking rubber really well today, so they don't see any more issues moving forward. It's only getting better with every run.
Thanks, Jamie. Gregson on and off pit road, but that would be early for a scheduled stop.
300 cars in the top 5 now. Bowman's 5th. He got around Truex.
Oh, he had taken the wave around. He did not stop at the end of the stage, so that was scheduled for Noah Gregson.
Then with these long green runs, I'm just happy Suarez is staying on the lead lap for now. Honestly, based on how this race is going.
Buescher getting into the wall. It's crunch time. These long green flag pit stops, those lead lap cars start putting the pressure on you. That's the hardest part. Once you get behind, you eventually get in a situation where you have to go, right? And then you start making mistakes. You start pushing the envelope, trying to get to the outside. That's all out of desperation.
Brian Blaney having issues today, currently in 15th, Regan.
Mike struggling on the racetrack and just came on the radio to tell the team he has got a crazy vibration with that race.
Blaney has a bad vibration. Danica suddenly wishes she was in the 12 car. Oh, I've made that joke so many times. Never gets old, to me. Oh, yeah, Danica's lying. Oh, the last thing you want's a vibration, right, Danica?
Confirmation with cording on the tires, which the next thing that happens after that really feels bad. So, but it's typical that the cording is worse at the beginning of the race, and now that we have so much less track time, there's less rubber on the track, that should hopefully exponentially get better throughout the race.
Penske cars 14th, 15th, and 20th.
Byron Larson, Chastain, Bill, Bowman. All Bowman passing Bill for 4th as we go to commercial. Trying to, anyway.
6 laps
And green flag pit stops are coming.
Pit stops on the way.
Ozzy. The stream snipers are back. Damn, look at that Bojangles box. That's like, if you win the race, they put that in your car at the end of the day. You know, when they have all the big sponsors and shit.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a Bojangles box this big. What the fuck did y'all get? This is all yours?
It's like a 12-piece Supreme family meal.
Anthony got a 12-piece Supreme family meal.
I know he felt awkward because he was like, "Can I get a 12-piece Supreme meal?" And she was like,
"There was like,
do you want the family
silence.
meal?" And Anthony was like, just got silent for a bit. It was like, yeah, the family meal's fine.
You're like that dude on Epic Meal Time when they're making the 85 double cheeseburger, and he goes to McDonald's. The video starts. I've told this story before, but it makes me laugh. He pulls up to the drive-thru window. Welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you? Yeah. Can I get 85 double cheeseburgers, please? You want a double cheeseburger? Times 85, please. Pull up to the window.
Yeah, I pretty much just did that.
12 Supremes. How much did that fucking cost you?
34.
Well, on DoorDash, that would have been about a $300 bill, son.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, second verse, same as the first, only we got a new player in the top 5. It's Bowman. He's made it to the front with his buddies.
Aha.
So it's Byron, Larson, Chastain, Bowman.
Anthony realized if I order a 5-piece Supreme off the DoorDash, it's going to be $30. What if I just go and spend $30? What can I get?
Yeah.
That's basically what I did.
So the KISS tickets go on sale tomorrow. I am so lucky to have met the people I've met. My friend Tash, her stepdad, and her mom are like, we're just going to buy us all tickets. And I was like, wait a minute. You're going to buy us all tickets to the KISS show at Madison Square Garden. I'm not arguing with them. So it's like, yeah, we're going to get the December 2nd. And then I was like, well, shit, if they do that, I might get me and Tash fucking December 1st tickets and go to both shows. So I can be at the last 2 KISS concerts ever. You know, I always said I would be. For years I said, wherever the last show is, if there's ever like a definitive, and I know KISS too well, there's going to be a definitive last show. They're going to milk that shit for everything it's worth. You know, I said, there's going to be, this is it. So I'm going. Period. End of story. I don't care what it takes. I'm going to New York City. Yeah, there's too much Jesus on this broadcast. Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. They penalized Gibbs. Jesus was over the wall with him. This is a compelling race because I'm curious to see how it plays out. But man, if William Byron ain't stinking this show up, it's like Martinsville all over again. Oh, Chase would have been right there with him. I wish they could. I love Josh Berry. I just wish, as good as the Hendrick cars are, in hindsight, I wish they could have got a more experienced driver for a Cup car, but there's really not anymore.
No.
Bubba's singing and laughing on the radio. You know he's happy.
That means something heartbreaking is going to happen.
I think a Chevy, I'm going to go out on a limb here, a Chevy or a Toyota is going to win the race. I don't see a Ford that even remotely has a chance. Keselowski's the best Ford. So a Chevy or a Toyota is going to win this. And it's going to come from the guys in the top 10 right now. My man Suarez is getting a little better every run. He's a long way off from even being a factor, but maybe if a Ford was going to steal it, 11th place would be the one.
1, 2, 3. Hendrick Motorsports. Every one of those guys, their cars are working loose. Look at the proofs in the pudding.
I don't know. It's been a couple of lean years for Kyle Busch. Give it to him.
Everybody else too tight.
I'm in the middle on Kyle now, only because he drives the Chevy. I am very biased.
I've got to admit,
Me too.
you guys have been able to tell if you've listened to my streams over the past couple of years, I have unironically started to like Kyle Busch a hell of a lot more. Like, he's pretty good. He's got a point. I realize that I am Kyle Busch, so.
But something I love about Kyle is nobody can be able to snap loose.
Denny pointed out, Denny Hamlin's podcast, he said what I've been saying for years. And it's weird to say it if you remember how Kyle was early in his career. Kyle Busch is one of the cleanest racers in NASCAR. He is. He races and Denny said it's ridiculous. Kyle races everybody fair. And that's why he gets so mad if you fuck him over. Because Kyle races the right way. And if he beats you, he earned it. There's no bullshit with Kyle.
That's why I love that fucking
yeah. Busher was the first car to pit. We're 41 laps into the stage. And I think Kyle always had the mindset of, I want to race everybody fair, but in his younger days, he would lose his temper and be a dumbass. He's still an asshole, don't get me wrong. But he's an asshole of principles. I love Kyle Busch's racing ethics. Like, I respect it. Him and Keselowski are in the same boat. Just Keselowski's a much more likable person. That's why they hate. They're two sides of the same coin. That's why they fucking hate each other. Kyle hates Brad because they're like Jim Cornette and Vince Russo. You are the same, but different.
But you're snapping loose in and off. What direction do you go? Very hard thing to fix.
And it sounds like a light switch too, so obviously it's just hard to hit it. It is. I'm thinking just low grip, right? There's nothing lean on either end. It's just.
He's gonna be over here going.
I could 100% eat that.
And
that would be
sets the tires before, as you go and those start wearing down. Again, it's like a light switch, lap 25.
The hardest part of Dylan, the hardest part of my day is talking myself out of not eating Chili's or Don Ramon's every day of the week, just because I could. But I'm like, I don't want to spend $20, $30 on food. God damn it. William Byron's going to lead half of this race. He's already led 109 laps, and he ain't going to lose this lead anytime soon.
No. Hendrick boys look strong.
Somebody's going to lead a lap during pit cycle. That's it. Byron's going to lead over half this race. So it's to the point now, if Byron doesn't win, what the fuck happens? That's the hard part about dominating a race. It sucks 10 times more if you don't win. It's brutal. Chandler Smith, poor guy. And he handled it so well. Chandler Smith's a great dude. I was like, yeah, I like this guy now. Because that sucked yesterday. Suarez is creeping. Get us in that top 10 for stage 3 and see what happens. Ross is the first of the top 5 to pit, it looks like. Now Bell beat him to it. Bell and Ross together.
Chastain, Keselowski, Wallace, Almirola, and more.
I think it's a pretty good sign when you can tip the car one side or the other. You can stay in that one.
Clint Kyle Larson, always quiet on the radio. No different today. Not very much from the driver's seat. Lots of updates from crew chief Clint Daniels about making time and where he's making time on the racetrack.
Check that. I think I see.
Oh, Dennis on pit road, and here comes Willie B to the pits. So says Clint Boyer.
He's right behind him. Bowman on pit road. Think you're having it fast, Mike.
Jamie.
And it's like, well, there goes my whole Sunday.
Pretty quiet on the radio. That means this car is getting better and
I've had
better.
plenty of
Definitely
those.
still on the tight side a little bit, but they've been able to make some gains. The 4-tire stop for the 48 and the 24 has just been so stout today. Air pressure adjustment once again, and 4 tires for the 24. Good stuff. These guys have been on it today.
Yeah, Byron's team's they're just kicking ass all around. Pit stops are good. The car's fast.
Yeah.
So that will complete
Willie
this
B's
round of
going good.
stops, but for Michael McDowell and Ricky Stenhouse, who are both trying to stretch their fuel mileage in hopes of a caution that would put them back on the lead lap.
So now we got a Hendrick 1, 2, 3. It cycled through. Bowman's up to 3rd. Chase Elliott has to be sitting at home going, God damn it. Because they're 1, 2, 3. Well, Bell got in front of Bowman, so they didn't get 1, 2, 3. But they were all right there. 1st, 2nd, and 4th. Bubba's back up to 7th. He was 9th before pit stop, so he got in front of Keselowski and Hamlin. Bubba's got 1.5 tracks. Bubba's got it figured out now. You see how good he is at Kansas and Charlotte. And Atlanta's perfect for Bubba. My God, what's Bubba's strengths in Cup? 1.5 miles and super speedways. And Atlanta is both. So Bubba almost won Atlanta last year. He was leading late in that race. Got wrecked. He got passed, and then he got a bad bump from Blaney trying to push him to the front in a corner, if I remember correctly, one of the Atlanta races. And then he got hooked head on into the wall coming across start-finish line at the end of the race. And it was just a brutal hit. By the way, our seats, Dylan, I was like, yeah, we got good seats. And I said, well, goddamn, it's super speedway. I hope nobody comes through the catch fence or we might be in trouble. Like, I really hope we're all right. Because we're like right out of the fucking dog leg, right past start-finish line. Where do you think the wreck's going to happen? I'm thinking Keselowski 2010 Atlanta where he fucking flipped. Like, just past start-finish line, right where the wall bends for the dog leg.
Where it cuts back?
Yes. Yeah.
I remember every time I'm just picturing Joey not going left, just fucking going.
Do you remember the looks on our faces last year when Buescher flipped at Charlotte in front of us? I was like, is this real?
Car, dude, like when you watched it in real life, you did not think his car was going to flip.
And then it just started rolling.
It's just like the wheel came off and then it was just like bloop.
Yeah, the wheel broke off, wedged into the car, and flipped Buescher's car.
It was like It was like a fucking explosion or something, like a little mini air explosion, just shot the car up in the air.
I want to see Brad's Brad's Castrol car. I love that paint scheme. We're doing a little commercial break paint scheme gazing.
He said
Gazing, or as Kevin Nash and Scott Hall called it in the public bathroom, meat gazing. I told you about when Nash said Scott Hall would fuck with people in public bathrooms. He would act like he was looking at their dick. Because there was a guy that wrote into Kevin Nash's show and said, hey man, I met Scott Hall at a convention a couple years ago. He says, then I went in the bathroom and somebody comes and stands next to me at the urinal. He looks over at Scott Hall. Hey bro. And he says, I'm pretty sure Scott meat gazed me. And Nash goes, oh yeah, he did. He said we used to fuck with people all the time. He said Scott thought it was the funniest thing. You could make somebody so uncomfortable. Just go stand next to him at the urinal. Don't even want to stand next to him. Nash says one time Hall comes out of the bathroom laughing, and Nash goes, what happened? And Scott's like, oh, I had this motherfucker breaking his pelvic bone on the goddamn wall trying to hide his shit from me. So yeah, he probably looked at your dick. There. That's a nice car. Yeah. RFK, since Brad became owner of the team, they got some badass paint schemes. Car owner Brad. I'm sure they'll have more by the end of the year.
William Byron leading. Here's your area
Shocker.
Provided by Goodyear, powering every lap, every mile, and every victory.
Are you boys heading to Las Vegas?
More driven.
I'm going to do some sluts in Las Vegas.
It's going to be hard to be more driven than William Byron is this afternoon. He's led 120.
He's a second and a half ahead of Larson, and they're both about 5 seconds ahead of Christopher Bell.
I don't know, Christopher Bell's looking pretty good. He's the big
Danica, he's like, no, he's about 6 seconds behind now.
Looking at Bubba Wallace. He's up to 6th. He was 9th going into that pit stop, so he was complaining on the radio just a little bit, and we heard that, which tells me that they probably made a pretty good change on him, so...
Oh, really,
I like how through Danica's Cup career, they changed everything but the driver, and that fucking 10 car still wasn't worth a shit.
Yep.
What's that tell you?
And it always was when she wasn't in it.
Let's name all the guys that won at Stewart Haas while she had been during her NASCAR career. Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart, Clint Boyer. Nah, he drove Xfinity. Everybody that drove a SHR, the red dot, which one? It was a 19 if you're thinking of Elliott Sadler. Yeah, Elliott Sadler. Before him, it was Jeremy Mayfield.
Well, I tell you what, with these cars being so much more sensitive...
Yeah, they had the same number font. Yeah. I miss those Evernham Dodge Mountain Dew cars. Next commercial, we're going to do more paint scheme gazing because Jayski has all the paint schemes from like everybody ever. I got to find those damn Casey Kane, Jeremy Mayfield, Mountain Dew Dodge cars. Tino wants a Friday the 13th stream tonight. I don't rule it out. I can't make any promises, but I don't rule it out. What Anthony needs to do is get GTA 5 on PS5 and we all play because Cameron's been talking about playing too.
right at the moment. So that's still quite competitive.
I've had several, but everybody kind of moves on and plays different games. And I've had some GTA 5 squads in the past. If we had 4 of us, we could do anything we wanted. All the fun shit. Hostile Vista and Hunting Pack, all that shit. All the fun shit. So we got to make that happen.
Larson's taking a step out of Byron's lead here. 30-45 and 30-21.
Really? Wow, Dylan went into Walmart and they have a PS5. I like how my instinct is to want to go buy it, even though I already have one. I'm like, oh, PS5 in the wall, get it. I've always wondered if I entered a contest and won a PS5, would I sell it or want to keep one in case mine craps out? That's where my mind would be. I'd probably end up selling it. No, no way. William Byron's fastest car in the race. You're kidding. I bet that wind is kicking everybody's ass in the grandstands today. It's like 55 and windy. We're going to be like, after the race.
Then fell back into the pack a bit on pit stops, and he's not made many gains since he has come up.
Mom, I want a Steve Park car. We got a Steve Park car at home. Points to Joe Logano's car. Bubba, top 5. Passing a Chevrolet. That's saying something today. Passing a Chevrolet is saying something.
But you know something bad's going to happen to him.
Bubba's right there making a pass on Ross. Bubba, remember Kansas went like this. Remember Bowman was leading at Kansas. Hendrick cars had that on lockdown. And then the third stage of the race, Bubba came and fucking smoked them. So, is it happening again? I like what I'm seeing. Ooh, Joey bounced off the wall a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's what happens when you don't know how to fucking drive.
That's why I didn't bet on Penske today. That's good use of the new sponsor logo with the numbers pushed forward. Having the big Pennzoil there on the door is kind of nice.
Lost the nose and just had nowhere to go.
So you don't know how to fucking drive.
The track was dirty. He was really high.
Excuse me.
Look at BJ.
Joey hit the wall and he's still faster than BJ. Hey, look at the chase fan, and Logano hit the wall. Oh my God, was that Ralphie from A Christmas Story? I love that shit in Iron Man 3 when Tony starts signing autographs for these kids and that one kid has glasses and he just goes, I loved you in A Christmas Story. Iron Man 3, most underrated MCU movie.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty fucking good, and people shit on it. I'm like, that's a good movie. People used to shit on Age of Ultron. I fucking love Age of Ultron. That's like one of my favorite.
People shit on Age of Ultron?
Oh, yeah, that movie got all kinds of shit for the longest time. But now people look back on it fondly. And I'm like, I love Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron's fucking great.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey is Ultron. Hilarious. He was amazing.
What's the vibranium for? Well, I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to take this time to explain my evil plan. The most viable substance on the planet. And they used it to make a frisbee.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he chops the dude's arm off. I'm so sorry. I'm sure that'll be fine.
I'm sure that'll be fine. It's just, don't compare me to Tony Stark.
People create the things they hate the most. Humans have smaller humans. What do they call it? Children. There's the word. Ultron is pretty good. I heard he's coming back.
Really?
Yes, Ultron's coming back. Because they're gonna do what's that called? Armor Wars or something?
Yeah.
And I think
Armor
Ultron's
Wars.
coming back. Yeah. Because you could easily bring Ultron back. It's a fucking computer program. He can live forever.
Theoretically.
Vision's a lot because in WandaVision, they fixed Vision's destroyed body and made him evil, but then the other Vision from Wanda's alternate reality explained to him the situation. So that Vision, the real Vision that was resurrected, flew off, so he's out there somewhere. I figure he'll be in Armor Wars.
Probably.
WandaVision was so good. I watched it again recently. Phase 4 has had a lot of shit, like Quantumania and Black Panther and Eternals, but Loki, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Spider-Man, and Multiverse of Madness are all fucking great. And She-Hulk is mostly good. Mostly good.
I like Wakanda Forever.
You like Wakanda Forever? Thank you very much.
I like it. It's alright.
And Love and Thunder was alright. It's not
I like
bad.
Love and Thunder.
Very watchable, but the bad stuff in Phase 4. Oh, Marvel's done. I'm like, well, there's still a lot of good shit. It's always been this way with me in the Marvel movies. I pick the ones I give a shit about. I don't watch them all. I don't fucking watch Captain Marvel.
No, I haven't. No, I don't care.
I didn't watch Eternals. It's fucking stupid as shit. Who cares about Eternals?
Eternals is fucking awful. It starts out great. Starts out awesome. But then gets really bad real quick.
And we're getting Guardians Volume 3. Like, that's the one I'm most excited for. You just gotta pick your ones you care about. She-Hulk was like a mixed bag. One week I'm like, man, I like this. Next week, God, that was awful. Hopefully Daredevil's good.
I hope so.
For third place. It comes at 1, 2, 3.
And now we have our Hendrick top 3.
Cars be really good on really nice and consistent. We're talking about obviously the micro differences between William Byron and Kyle Larson over the long run, but overall Hendrick is super.
We're over halfway through the race, and it's not even been an hour and a half. This is ideal. Remember how fucking long the 600 was last year because there was a million cautions? It was such a great race, though. Kyle Busch brushed the wall again.
Oh, that's just a kiss.
That's nothing.
That's a heck of a save is what that is. Look at the debris and stuff flying off of it. Just barely.
I loved Falcon and Winter Soldier. I love that. That was so good.
I loved it. I went back and watched episodes to make sure I knew what was going on. Looked up separate videos to tell me what was going on and stuff. I love Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And Loki was awesome. I'm so glad they're getting season 2 of that.
I finally know what it's like to do drugs.
Yeah.
That's basically Loki.
I
loved it, but
the alligator Loki.
Alligator Loki was fucking awesome. He was my favorite. Alligator Loki was the best.
I honestly think you heard Jamie just say rear stability. I think Danica.
Like I was like, what'd he do? He killed Thor, and all the other Lokis are like,
what?
He didn't want to afford to kind of just let it have its head, and unfortunately got it.
don't. Oh, we got a battle for the lead here for a stage win, perhaps.
Hard decision to make.
So 3 Chevys in front of 3.
Is it just lap traffic, you think, that helped facilitate this? Probably.
Side by side once more.
Yeah, stay side by side, because Larson's within 2/10 of William Byron now. In heavy traffic. Had to lap Josh Berry for the second time today, unfortunately. Remember when Keselowski and Hamlin used to hate each other? Good times. I watched a great video. It was talking about, like, revenge in NASCAR. It's a really awesome video. And he was talking about all the great rivalries, and he's listed them off. And he goes, modern day, you have Joey Logano versus, well, everybody. And a picture of Truex, Harvick, Kyle Busch, Hamlin, Chastain, all of them Chase pop up on the screen. Like, yeah, it's Joey Logano versus everybody, pretty much. Here comes Kyle Busch. I kind of expected a little more out of Kyle today, but look where Austin Dillon's running. It kind of tells you where RCR is at. You know, you can kind of look at where teammates run and average out between them how good they are. So I would say Kyle running 10th makes sense considering where Austin Dillon's running. Harvick being where he's at, look at where his teammates are. Hendrick, though, 1, 2, 3, except for the new guy.
Except for the new guy.
Yeah. And teammate cars are more similar than ever. Denny Hamlin flat out said, our cars are identical now. Your teammates' cars are the exact same as yours. More than ever. Because he talked about the theory, like, oh, Gibbs is fucking over Kyle Busch. I'm like, no, Kyle just had bad luck last year. And Denny was like, we literally had the same car. He says, matter of fact, there were times where I would drive Kyle's cars from a previous race. Like, you just share cars with your teammates. He said, basically, we have a pool of cars between the 4 teams it gives, and most teams are like this. They got a pool of cars, and we just kind of, whatever the crew chief wants that week, whatever he thinks help. That's why so many cars aren't painted anymore. They're decaled. It's like wraps, which I hate. Except the Hendrick cars are usually paint jobs, because they got that Exalta sponsorship, and I've been to the shop and seen the fucking paint. But look at Stenhouse's car. Is that not hideous?
What even is?
There's a Coke Zero logo on the side. You can't even fucking see the shit. It looks terrible.
Yeah, that looks awful.
Looks like a test car.
Yeah, it does.
It's awful. Do better.
Well, as you saw
You have Coke Zero as a sponsor. That's the best you can come up with. Coke is one of the best sponsors for paint schemes ever.
The gap opened up once again.
And who doesn't enjoy a nice Coke every once in a while?
Sure,
It's been about a decade for me.
No question, that 24 card, it's just way more
Coke was the one drink I could literally feel rotting my teeth.
picking them up and putting them down
You could
one
just
by one.
feel it.
Larson has to be way more methodical about it. Little more trouble with the 5 car getting through traffic than Williams.
Well, he was on him, but as I was saying just before the break, that when 2 cars are nose to tail, and then there's a 3rd car.
What? There's 2 Stuart Haas cars on the lead lap because Almirola's 17th on the lead lap. That's wild.
William Byron started outside pole. He has led all but 13 laps today. At the other
Oh, he's kicking their ass.
Harvick appears for the first
Larson's doing all he can to hang on with him.
8th place. Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin.
Harvick's definitely carrying the torch for SHR right
Harvick's top 10.
Reasonable, but the other
He
cars
broke into the top
are
10.
really struggling.
Suarez is 11th.
Really struggling. I mean, the next car, you've got Almirola and a 17.
You know what makes a bad car suck even more? No cautions.
2 laps down, unfortunately. Priest 1 lap down.
Yep.
That's what makes a bad car suck even worse, and you're seeing that further back.
That's tough. It's tough in an organization when you're struggling. We've all been there where you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
You
she
like
certainly
put your
has.
finger on it, and it's
So
sometimes
it sucks when you're struggling as an organization. Well, when you were there, they never really struggled as an organization. You were the one.
Yeah, she was literally doing one. And whenever she couldn't drive her car and somebody had to come in for her, they always did better.
These guys are all figuring things out still. You can't forget that. You come to a 1.5 mile track. This is the first 1.5 mile track that, you're going to see a lot more about this place. You need to be good here. This is a report card, in my opinion. A lot of teams look at this.
Remember that 2 weeks last year when Harvick won Richmond and Michigan right? And I was, oh, they're back. And then,
If you have 4 cars, why would you cover this early in the season? Without spreading around a little bit and trying to figure some things out. I'm sure some of those are going on within these organizations. You see that 6 car? I'm telling you, Keselowski, he's impressing me. He has turned this thing around. They struggled last year, got his teeth kicked in, didn't like that. He digs down.
They did not struggle.
Coming at 3 to go in the stage. Jamie.
Brad Keselowski running 8th right now. And good to your point, Brad told me this is a great place. It's a great test to know what you have. And they want to be better than last year. They ended last week in 7th. He's been running top 10 all race today. A little bit loose, but manageable. But another thing, he has a different spotter here today. TJ Majors, his normal spotter, is homesick, never made the trip out. So his brother, Brian Keselowski, is spotting for his brother for the first time ever.
That's cool. Yeah, very cool. Happy for Brad. Again,
whoa.
it's a big step.
It is.
Ultron. It's a glitch in the Matrix.
The first start of Harmony was Ultron takes over a NASCAR broadcast.
I love when Ultron realizes
But
he's beat.
you got
And
to
he just
take into
goes,
account it's not just going to
oh, the
achieve,
benefit of
it's only
hindsight.
the
Bam!
team
And Hulk
too.
punches.
Like,
That was, it was funny.
vested interest
Oh,
in
the
turning
benefit
it
of
around
hindsight.
and keeping your head in it and keep working. And Brad's a super talented guy, really nice guy, and I think that obviously we can see what happens when you have a passion and
Thor,
big vested
you're
interest in
bothering.
making it work.
Last lap, stage 2. It's like William Byron is going to sweep the stages for the first time in his
What's the stats on guys sweeping the stages at Las Vegas?
previously here in Las Vegas. A driver has swept the stages and ended up going to victory lane.
Truex and Harvick.
Easier when there aren't any cautions.
Truex and
You're
Harvick,
front, you don't have a
I
whole
think.
lot of yellows to shake
Maybe I'm
hands
wrong
on.
on that.
William Byron takes that second stage.
William Byron wins stage 2.
Kyle Mason this time 4/10 back. Alex Bowman 6.8.
If you're William Byron and company, you're going, shh, Danny, don't say anything about them cautions. Hear everybody else?
Yeah,
They're
but we
hungry.
want to see him, Cliff.
They're
We
gonna
want to
come.
see it. We want to see him get
You
shaken
watch.
up.
Kevin Harvick gets the 10th place and final stage point in stage 2.
Bubba got stage points in both stages.
Has swept both stages.
And I gotta pee. The gigantic Bojangles box is really, man, that thing's sturdy.
They are.
You could use that as a blunt weapon in a hardcore match. It's all CCW.
freaking better be open to revising his contract.
Look at the WrestleMania card and tell me which match Vince booked. Yeah, everybody, let's play a guessing game for you wrestling fans. So, Vince McMahon, it has been reported, booked one match for WrestleMania. Can you guess which match Vince McMahon booked?
I'd have to look at the card.
Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Christ. When I realized that was what Brock was going to do at WrestleMania, I was like, dear God, that is terrible.
And just to think, Brock turned down a match with Bray Wyatt just to get that.
Look, and I hate to say it, Brock was right, because I love Bray Wyatt. His shit sucks. He fucking sucks now. It is awful. He has got to, I don't know. I think he's another example. Some of it's good. I love the Firefly Funhouse shit, but God, so much of his shit is so fucking dumb. And I'm like, can he be just scary and have good matches again, please? Like, why does everything have to suck with him now? I love how obviously that Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy. You could really hear it on SmackDown Friday. Yeah, when he was attacking Bobby Lashley. I'm like, it's fucking Bo Dallas. It's like, I know that voice anywhere. But yeah, like, I see why Brock was like, yeah, you know what? No, I'm not doing that. I'm still surprised that Bobby Lashley's doing it. I'm like, what a weird, why put them together? That's the thing. They're not.
I will say that. Yeah, I don't like Bobby Lashley.
I love Bobby, but not with Bray. Because
it doesn't make any sense.
Bray Wyatt has always been the kind of guy like he needs the right person. Bobby Lashley's not the right person. LA Knight wasn't over enough when that started. Now he is. It's amazing coming out of that fucking god-awful mess that LA Knight's very over. It shows you how good he is and how much people like him. Because the fact that anybody could be cared about after that fucking shit show is still over. And Bray's over too because people want to love Bray. I love Bray.
If you can beat him out, get him in dirty air, put him in a situation
I just can't believe that's how you get it done. The 5-car is teammate extremely fast as well.
Yeah.
Basically
third as well.
Oh, yeah,
1, 2, 3 by the end of the run. They've been really, really strong. But let's look at Bubba Wallace.
That's your wrestling talk during the stage break. But
another pit stop coming.
Yeah, if I was Brock, I'd have been like, yeah, no thanks. Got anything else? And then they go, oh, boss, he's from like, God damn it. That's why we should have took the Bray Wyatt match.
Everything is on the table. You know, again, one of these Toyotas gets in the middle of those Hendrick camp, mixes that thing up. That's all it's going to take.
Brock's back on autopilot. His match for Bobby Lashley sucked balls.
Up there near the front.
It was reported that Brock was saying goodbye to people in Raw and telling people he's getting ready to be done.
Kevin Harvick has just gotten his way into the top 10.
Doesn't surprise me.
The stage points earned today with William Byron.
But remember, he was done in 2015 until another couple of zeros got added to the end of that contract. I'm back, baby.
Won 3 of the first 4. Comes in here, still 12 points. I mean, these are so.
Although that was the biggest tell that weekend that they were changing their mind about Roman. I was like, oh, Brock re-signed the day before WrestleMania. Well, we know who's not winning now.
You need every single one you can get each and every week, and these teams do everything they
Matthew had the greatest. So the worst Brock Roman match. There are 2. Last year's WrestleMania and the WrestleMania in New Orleans a few years ago. Those 2 were the really bottom of the fucking barrel shit Brock Roman matches. And remember
Which one was the New Orleans one?
That was WrestleMania 34. The one where Roman bled all over the fucking place.
I think I remember that.
The one where Brock came back through the curtain and
have like an epic comeback, and then Brock slams the door
and tries to get sympathy at the end of the show, and the crowd starts like making fun of him and chanting shit at him while he's trying to walk out looking sympathetic. But Roman bled. And Matthew said, yeah, Roman Reigns bled in this match. So you know how when a pilot knows an airplane's about to crash, they dump fuel to lessen the impact of the explosion? That was Roman bleeding in that match. They knew they were going down, so bleed. West Coast is nice.
No humidity.
We in Byron. Yeah, the air is dry out there.
Yep. And shape works the way it's supposed to.
Byron Larson Bowman. And also getting up 3 hours earlier to watch football.
Has to be weird.
Games, the final game goes off at like 8:30 at night. It's like,
that's got to be weird. Like cool, but weird.
Oh, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, because that's like so early.
On the KISS cruise, I woke up at fucking 5:30 in the morning, and I swear to God, first thing, and it's intercepted. Russell Wilson threw an interception. And I was like, that makes sense. Literally woke up and turned the TV on in my cabin.
The Jets have Nathaniel Hackett as their offensive coordinator.
Some people are okay position coaches and bad head coaches. But yeah, he's not. I don't know if he should be a quarterback. He was a quarterback's coach in Green Bay.
The Manders are the team to watch next year.
The Manders.
The Manders.
The Manders. If
The
Amanda Bonds buys an NFL team. I was close. I said the Lions would make the playoffs. I was close.
Almost. They just barely missed it.
I said they'd make it. See, Barry McCockett did his Cam Newton retrospective. Because, you know, he's got one for Matt. He's got one for Brady, one for Peyton, Rodgers. He did one for Cam. And he basically sums up how Cam Newton drove Panthers fans fucking crazy. He said there was a lot of, like, blind loyalty to him, but he drove you fucking nuts. You were never happy with Cam.
No,
you were never fully happy.
From the start.
Yeah. He looked better in his rookie year than he ever did in any other fucking year he played.
Kind of. I mean,
As far as throwing.
2013 and 2015 were pretty good, but other than that, it was just, oh my God.
He talked about how he thinks 2015 is the most overrated MVP run by a quarterback ever because that defense was badass and they got a lot of turnovers and a lot of short fields. But he said, to Cam's credit, defense choked in late in a couple of games. I think of the Giants game and some other. A couple of games they really choked and Cam saved them.
The Giants game was on us.
Yeah.
Because we let them back into the ball game.
Yeah.
And they should have never been in it.
It's like, look at the average starting field position of the 2015 Panthers. It's far and away the best of any team that year.
Yeah.
So he's like,
I mean, even the Broncos, because the Broncos really weren't that great of a football team in 2015. Their defense was.
Oh, yeah, they're the last all-time great defense.
Defense that was better than our defense.
Yeah.
The return of the Orange Crush.
They were the last all-time great defense. You'll never see that again this current NFL.
That's because the Broncos defense was so loaded from top.
Because the Eagles were looked at this year for most of them, rightfully so. Like the Eagles, like, yeah, it's a really good defense, but they fucking shit the bed against the Cowboys late in the year, and they sucked in the playoffs against the Chiefs.
Their secondary,
yeah.
All they have is Darius Slay.
Yeah.
The day has belonged to Hendrick Motorsports.
So even they weren't like a dominant defense, but they were one of the better defenses.
They were dominant, but it was like with a bit of an asterisk.
Welcome in as we get you ready for stage 3 out there in Las Vegas. Let's take a look at how things have gone down so far in the desert. Of course, all eyes were on hometown boy Kyle Busch coming into today's race, pulling triple duty this weekend.
Oh, I'll be right back.
TVC contact with the wall. Initially, this wasn't going to affect his car, but as the races went on, we see him fading farther back into the field.
Yeah, there's only been 2 cautions so far.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick, though, Shannon, started this first stage incredible. 34th all the way up to 11th. You see he's been able to make the top side work. No surprise to see Tyler Reddick going to the front.
Absolutely, moving fast through the field. Larry Max said he was going to give him a hug. Maybe
he needed a hug. Yeah, the race has really been all about William Byron, though, and then stage 1 obviously runs well in stage 2. Hendrick Motorsports, you said, has been fast. What about Chris Butcher and Daniel Swartz?
Whoever wins the race gets Anthony's gigantic Bojangles box.
Butcher in the turn 2 wall as well. That's collected many cars today.
Yeah, we've seen those guys get loose and
sit in that box. Poor Josh Berry. Hendrick Motorsports having such a good day. He's still in for Chase Elliott. Car got tight. He gets into the wall. Joey Logano gets into the wall.
Anthony had to pay shipping, and he was right there at the restaurant.
The anxious to see he's able to finish 14th in stage 2, but how much damage has been done to that 22 car?
Yeah, I had to pay like $2 for shipping.
And labor for them carrying that shit to the window to get it out to the car.
Ford in qualifying looks great. Obviously, Joey Logano's on the pole. Ryan Blaney was in third, but they have faded back. The best one in stage 2 was Brad Keselowski in ninth.
Got to get a forklift out. So Bubba lost 5 spots on pit road. It's worth noting.
Come on!
It's only 5 spots. Got a fast car. He's right there. But yeah.
It's every single week with Bubba's crew, man.
Harvick's up to 8th. Suarez 7th. I got the shot at the big money still. It's still some time left. 100 laps.
I like Daniel Suarez anyway.
Suarez is going to be hell at Coda in a couple of weeks. Remember last year, Suarez had the best car at Coda, and they gave up the track position for stage points and were never seen again the rest of the day.
Yep.
This year, there's no cautions for stages. So.
I'm ready for some road course racing.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
We got Phoenix, Atlanta, then Coda, I think. Oh, yeah, Kyle got blocked in.
You hate to see it.
Reddick was hung out way too far. Cowboys couldn't get out.
That shit happens.
He's like that pedestrian in GTA 3. Get out of my way! The GTA 3 sound bites from the pedestrians to this day kill me. I have a YouTube video saved of every voice line from the gang members. Real good red sauce, like blood. She's the mother of my children. You call that driving? You feel lucky, punk? Somebody call a medic.
Oh, that's my favorite one. Somebody call a medic.
I see pain in your future. You're crazy. Put it down, man. Do you want the chainsaw, gringo? I kill you. Will he be back out front? Boy, the race from third on back is exhilarating. Look at fucking A. Hamlin 3 wide. Truex. Oh, look, Bubba's already back up to 6th. Already. He restarted like 10th.
It's just, why does he have to keep getting fucked?
20 car. I was worried the 20 car was going to push up and hit him.
Come on, Ross. Stay in the top 10.
Ross is falling off. How am I going to win any money?
Come on, Ross. Stay in the top 10.
Be careful off of 4, Bubba. Remember last time.
I just want to know what's going to fuck Bubba this week. What's it going to be?
I wonder if Bubba needs a long run or a short run with a restart close to the front to get Larson and Byron if he can.
Something random's going to fuck him over anyway.
Probably.
And as a driver, you're trying to be critical too.
Some drivers just have no luck. Reddick is a big example. Suarez has been like that most of his career too, and he's good. Chase has some unbelievably shit luck for a top driver. Chase, Blaney, yeah.
Brian Blaney's got bad luck.
Blaney don't even have the wins to show.
No, he doesn't.
Like chasing him got like some wins. Blaney don't even have all the wins.
No, he doesn't. Larson's had a lot of bad luck.
Larson at Ganassi was hilariously bad luck.
He was playing that Ganassi.
Gets a little irritable.
And it's going to draw Daniel Suarez and the rest of those cars right up to them.
Now Suarez is ahead of Ross. Speaking of irritable, Danica gives me irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, I know. Why?
Just trying to kind of intimidate him. Just trying to kind of
have to listen to her.
There you go. See, you just get like that. Yep.
Starting to get frustrated. See Christopher Bell getting frustrated.
Bubba just hanging on the outside of Christopher Bell.
You need to commentate this week. Fucking why?
Bubba's still hanging on the outside of Bell. I'd be so annoyed right now if I was Bell.
You're going to see some frustration coming. He needs to get up there.
And if I was his crew chief, I'd go, hey, Bell, remember he's the reason he got wrecked here last fall. Piss you off a little bit more. Suarez is going to pass both of them. Or he's going to push Bubba by Bell.
Wait. Tyler Reddick.
Ooh, the power of the draft.
And Reddick says no, sir, but wait. And there's
Jones, Logano, and Reddick are 3 wide.
Car up front, clean air.
Bubba, top 5.
Oh, Reddick. Oh, Reddick.
juice moments like we were talking about earlier.
Definitely think that's what I saw, Danica.
Oh, I'm sure she does.
Suarez going for a top 5 spot.
No.
I know, right? Wonder if anybody was smart enough to put money on him. Oh, wait.
No, Bubba's still holding on to it.
I just don't see. They're not going to beat Larson or Byron unless something happens. Yeah. I keep getting my hopes up because Suarez looks strong now, but.
Two stops ago, though, they got it much closer with an adjustment. He told the team, go back half of that last adjustment, and we're going to be good. That's evident right now. He's having the best part of his day at this moment.
Busch, Keselowski, and Logano, 3 wide.
That trio's awful.
Imagine the amount of hate that's built between them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still 3 wide. And here's Cindric and Stenhouse right behind them. Still 3. They've been 3 wide for 2 laps. Brad! Oh!
Yes!
Brad put Joey in the wall.
Yes!
That was bound to happen. You're 3 wide that long. Something's going to happen. Yeah. Look at Fox not missing it.
Oh, yes. Yes. Fuck you, Joey. Fuck you.
Well, he handled that better than Bubba did last fall.
I really wish Joey could have won the wall, but oh well. Beggars can't be choosers.
Oh, leave the kid alone.
No. The kid's fine. Joey got took out. They can show whatever they want to now.
This is not what they're looking for.
Well, we had 20 cars on the lead lap back to Corey LaJoy, who got the free pass at the
Our first actual caution today.
Yep.
Logano's teammate,
And it's the best one that we could have got.
The first caution for
I mean, could have been a little bit better, but still.
Something was bound to happen here.
Well, of course.
Because none of those 3 are going to lift.
Especially Brad.
Ain't no lifting in that group.
Brad ain't gonna lift.
Yee. Stenhouse. Ah! Stenhouse's life passed before his eyes.
Joey, fuck you. Get out of the race.
Oh, here's a great camera shot. This will be good.
Comes down and then tries to come back up and
If you run right all the way around there, you get tight and put yourself in the wall.
Can we just show this like 100 more times,
That's
please?
3 very aggressive drivers going for the same real estate. And one of
What's how fast he fired that fucker up and got it rolling again.
Man,
Oh, Stenhouse.
Stenhouse Jr. right there.
Really wish
Almost got
Stenhouse
into
could
it.
have
That
smacked
would
him
have ended both of their
in
days.
the left corner.
But
But
this is
again,
what
I
Beggars
need
just see
Ricky
happen
to
off the
stay
turn
in the
4 here. I mean, this was kind of the
But
same thing that happened last
why-
time.
Look at that car
Bubba,
getting airborne.
We saw what
But we
happened after
want
that.
I need Ricky to stay about like 12,
we need
13.
Joey and
Joey Logano, the Wizard of Sod.
Like this happens.
I want to see this right rear. Look at that right rear.
You're right, but we want Joey to get as fucked over as possible.
Look how high that grass is. Is that necessary? The grass is like up over the fucking pavement.
All 3 wide, and Kyle Busch had nothing to do with this.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, well, yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, bring out the tools, boys. Yep, you gotta
Vacuum that grass out of there.
You see him replacing that toe link just like I
That's
was saying.
what we
I thought
want.
I saw that right rear moving around.
How many laps down
Can
are
you
you
get that
gonna go?
replaced?
At least
Can you get
one.
see underneath the car, this thing right here.
Yeah, if there's something really broke in there, it's hard to tell. These cars are so damage resistant on the outside, but on the inside they still break like easier than ever.
Can we hope something's broke?
I think something's broke.
Something's broke.
Now they can fix that toe link now, but it's going to cost you a lot of time.
Good.
19, 20 drivers on the lead.
Now here's the part where it's like, do you pit or stay out?
Even pitting here for fuel, but this may be a good time to get some fresh tires on that thing. Get her
I'm going to try 2 tires here and get in front of Byron and Larson, see what I can
Get
do.
as much fuel as you can while you're getting those 2 tires.
If I'm in the top 10 and don't think I can win the race, take 2 tires and just see what it does for you.
if you have several that pit.
Love that.
How else are you going to get in front of William Byron? 2 tires.
Las Vegas.
You could try it now, and if you don't like it, you ain't got to do it again later.
True. And there's still time.
You still run the risk of, like, what if this goes green all the way? Then you're probably really fucked, but you might get another caution. Or you can just short pit on the next pit stop cycle and make up the difference a little bit.
Short pit can fuck you though, but you could already be fucked. So
I'd like 2 tires here just to get in front of Byron. Byron and Larson are so strong, they're going to take 4. They can beat. They're confident they can beat anybody they're taking 4. I would love to see somebody take 2 here. I know Brad's outside the top 10 now. God damn, nobody took 2. Oh, wait, no, Denny did. Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin. Bowman beat out Larson and Byron. And Eric Jones has stopped on pit road. 43's got to back up. So Hamlin took 2, and Bowman beat Larson and Byron out.
I kind of hate that.
See, this caution just changed everything. Or did it? Hilarious. Copyright claims.
I know.
YouTube sucks. Yeah. Can't play GTA Vice City with the music on, or I just get fucking killed immediately. Yeah. Realize how shitty it is to play Vice City without the music?
Oh,
I've streamed it.
Any Grand Theft Auto
I know,
without
man.
music is awful.
And I've been thinking for the past few years, when GTA 6 comes out in the year 2035, I'm going to want to stream it the night it comes out, but I'm like, man, I have to turn the fucking music off.
Are you sure 2035 is going to be a
That's optimistic.
year?
That's optimistic. Nah, I'm a lot more optimistic now that we've seen footage of GTA 6 and know it exists.
Yeah.
So we know it exists.
Are we guaranteed that it's going to be in Vice City?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what the footage was. It was a new Vice City. Like they redid Liberty City for GTA 4, and they're redoing Vice City for this. So I hate that it's set in modern day. I wanted another 80s game. Apparently, one of the reasons GTA 6 has taken so long, this has come out recently, the reason GTA 6 has taken so long is they stopped and started over. Because the original Rockstar guys who made Red Dead, San Andreas, all the classic shit we love, all of them are gone except one guy. Damn. And one of the Hauser brothers, the one that left, was like, I want GTA 6 to be like Red Dead 2. I want it to take place in a different time period, and I want it to take place over a number of years. He wanted it to be late 70s into early 80s. And I'm like, ooh, that's sick.
But my only issue with that is that we've already kind of gotten that with Vice City and Vice City Stories. Why go even further back to tell us?
I don't know. I like it because Vice City's so fucking old. Like, it's so dated.
It is.
I'd like to see like a modern take on that, like with the modern graphics and gameplay. But the parent company was like, we'd like it better if you said it now because we can't make as much money off of GTA Online DLC with shit from the 70s and 80s. So can you make it now? Not. Can you make it now? Can you make it now? So he finally just gave up and fucking quit. So I said, okay, we're starting the project over. It's going to be Vice City modern day instead of like Vice City late 70s into early 80s. Because, Red Dead 2 was like late 1800s into early 1900s. They wanted to go that way. I'm like, that's perfect. I was thinking the whole time.
Red Dead is like early 1900s?
Yeah. It starts, Red Dead Redemption 2 starts in 1899, and then there's a time skip, and the epilogue picks up in 1906 or 07. And then Red Dead 1 takes place in 1911, so it's like that time period, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was like, this would be great for GTA to have a big, epic-ass game that takes place over the... They said it was going to be, like, over multiple states. They said you were going to be able to go from, like, Vice City to like their Rockstar version of Cuba. It was like about drug trade in the late 70s, early 80s. Like the Cuban drug trade.
That would have been fun.
But now they've started over, and it's modern. It's basically just a true GTA 5 style sequel, which is fine because GTA 5 is great. I don't mind the modern GTAs. People have talked about how GTA 4 now is a period game like Vice City. Because when GTA 4 came out, it took place when it came out in 2008, but it's been 15 years now. So it's like, oh, that's kind of a time capsule of a game. That's why I love playing GTA 4. Because it's become a time capsule game. Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that to it.
And it's only getting better with age.
Oh yeah, GTA 4 was just great. It was awesome.
I'm still sticking with him. Kyle Larson. There's 80
my favorite part of it was how
and
people
if
make
everybody's
choices.
going to use the track, it's going to be Kyle Larson. I think he's going to take it on the top.
Nobody cares about you, Danica.
The 48 of Alex Bowman 1 year ago won this race on 2 tires. He's not going to have to do that to win this year. That car is fast, and he's going to keep it up front.
So yeah, Rockstar had to start over, and that was a big problem. That's why it's been 10 fucking years. And there was a theory that the Cayo Perico heist in GTA Online, Cayo Perico, that island, was supposed to be for GTA 6. But when the 70s, 80s deal got scrapped, they repurposed that part of the map for GTA Online content. Logano's going to the garage.
Yes.
Damage repair clock. He's out. Hey! DNF! DNF!
Fuck you, Joey.
Joey Logano going home
He needs more of those.
with a dead last place finish. I'm pretty sure he's the only car out of the race. Hamlin inside, Bowman outside, Larson inside, Byron outside. How fast does Byron get the lead back?
Dude, I don't hard on religiously all race go chase.
I will.
But like,
Unfortunately, you're the first one out.
seeing him out of a race makes me realize that's how I know I'm a fan. I cannot get this.
Really?
Cannot, like,
I remember being relieved when Junior quit. There was this weird relief of like, I'm going to miss him, but I was relieved in that first year without Junior and Cup. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I'm like just observing the race, totally unbiased and just watching everything unfold. It totally changed how I watch.
see Joey going out, I'm not that excited.
Now what keeps me invested is I have guys that I like, but it's really fun having money on guys because that's who I follow for that race. I'm like, yeah, come on, bitch. Like, I'm watching Suarez and Chastain like hawks.
Don't get me wrong, I do got guys that I be like,
So shout out to Denny Hamlin's team for falling on the sword for me. I wanted to see this 2-tire deal.
But he's about to get railroaded.
well, he's got
Yeah.
gonna be a 5 laps and then
Earlier on a short run while you guys were gone, he challenged Larson side by side for second for a few laps and then just faded back to 10th after a few laps. Where? Bristol, yeah. Friday's Xfinity, Saturday Cup. Alrighty.
78 laps to go as they come back to green.
I think Bowman's in a real good spot to maybe take control of this race if he can get. I think maybe Larson, Bowman, and Byron are so equal. Whoever gets out front between the three of them is going to take off.
I can see it.
got Trackhouse right here.
Hamlin got a hell of a launch, and Truex took Larson and Bowman 3 wide. But watch this push from Byron. Damn, what a draft the 48 got down the back. We got 2 rows of 3 wide.
Byron has enough grip to hold the lead.
No, Byron's coming back a little bit. He's coming back.
Don't, if you're William Byron right now, don't panic. Don't panic.
No reason.
It'll come to you. Oh, Truex. Here's an opportunity for you. He stayed with his teammate. He could have swung to the bottom, took him 3 wide, maybe passed them both. He stayed with Larson. Yeah.
Oh, Denny is absolutely fun.
Whoa, old man Denny Hamlin fan. Woo! Wave that flag. He looks like a Denny Hamlin fan from Yonkers, New York or something.
There'd be too much fall off from the beginning to the end of the run. So, taking 2 tires at this point in time, there's still quite a bit of race to go, but I think it was a good gamble.
Good call on the 2 tires. I'd have been a good crew chief today. Can I be a crew chief that only does strategy? I don't know how to build a car or set one up, but I can do your strategy for you. I'll make some good calls. And looks like I was right about Bowman. I was like, here's his chance to get out front and drive away because those Hendrick cars have to be pretty even. That's why they just haven't been able to pass each other. It looks like Martinsville last year. I hate to compare it to that shitty race, but remember, because Chase dominated the first half, and then he had a bad stop, and then Byron got out front, and Chase couldn't do nothing with him. So Dover a couple years ago, Larson dominated, lost the race on pit road to Bowman, couldn't pass him. Bowman won. And Hendrick finished 1, 2, 3, 4. Most of today.
Yep, behind Willie B.
Surprised he got by Bowman.
He just came down the front straightaway and he just about
I
hit his left
know,
side
but I'm
tires in the
used to
grass.
Larson being
He was so low, but he is picking up spots.
Why?
And
You're the
running
one
back in
speaking
the top 10
blasphemy
now.
over there. Well, I don't care if Joey gets picked up.
I'm speaking what?
These guys are elbows up. The aggression is going to pick
What the fuck
up.
is that?
From the bottom to the top around Bubba Wallace.
You made me think of Mr. Slave on South Park when you said Mr. Sir. Oh, look. Larson. Oh, he got really tight and then loose behind Denny. He was about to pass him.
I wish they would go back to him going into the tire.
Yeah.
I wanna see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
He ran up on Denny and then just like,
Yeah, Denny got a little squirrely, and then Larson was like, oh, shit.
Denny, I hate to say it, don't look in your mirror. You're in trouble. Reddick is fast off us. They were pointing out a second ago, Reddick passed about 3 cars on the front stretch by itself 2 laps ago.
Yeah, he is. He's just trying to set him up.
Yeah. And now it's the Kyle Larson show.
Bye, Kyle. Bye. No, wait.
So that 2-tire strategy works for a little bit. For a little bit, anyway.
Well, Denny's still there now.
As a driver, you want to hear that. Laying on your door versus not. I always wanted to know how close are they, how much room do I have, how much air is on the side of my car.
Now, I never want to hear laying on your door. But
And Denny's running low. Clear.
Now Larson's gone.
Larson's out front with 71 to go.
Bye, Larson.
Byron's struggling in traffic. He hasn't been in traffic since.
Yeah, he doesn't do well in traffic.
Yeah.
His car does not like traffic.
And now, goddamn, where's Reddick coming from with this speed? Byron's got a good run off the corner there because Chastain sucked Bowman around and got him sideways. Oh, Reddick! Reddick!
Oh, save it, save it, save it.
Well, there goes that.
Hey,
You think they're driving hard now?
shout out to Reddick for saving that.
Yeah. Those cars are hard to save. There's no side force on you to help you correct it when you get sideways. Usually if you get sideways, it's over. Thought the 48 was going to kill Byron. Ross looking for a place to go.
And there really isn't.
Oh, bump draft going off in the corner. Don't do that.
Oh, Ross, be careful, please. We're gentle back there.
This is a very important run right now. Truex just cut Chastain's balls off of 2.
Truex.
He knew what he was doing. Oh, Ross.
Ross.
Oh, Ross. He's losing it.
He could make it stay.
No. Here goes Harvick.
Oh, shit.
God, 1 car gets sideways and 3 of them show up to take advantage.
Yeah.
And here's Bubba. Here's Bubba.
Oh, shit.
This is so important because you're just trying to position yourself for the next caution.
Yeah, exactly. If there's going to be one.
Yeah, if there's one. That's another thing. There might not even be one. So.
I'm loving
Although the way they're driving, it looks like there might be one.
I mean, I am all for this. Keep killing each other, boys. We just got to get Denny Hamlin out of the top 4.
AJ Allmendinger's 12th. He's had a crappy day, and he's up to 12th.
What the fuck's AJ doing?
He's run like 19th or 20th all day.
What the hell happened to Brad?
What happened to Bill? Why is he 20th?
Good question.
Runs off of 4 right now when they keep that momentum up on the top. I think that's just going to become more and more of a player in this race.
Byron's back up to 3rd, so he's recovering. The last person you want to be racing for a win is your damn teammate because you know you're so equal.
All right, catch your breath because the top 12 right now are just about single file. Let's go back to 10th place. Ryan Blaney, Daniel Suarez.
Not gone, but kind of.
Kyle Busch on the outside of Keselowski for 12th. Right there. So things have settled down at the front for the moment. So we'll take our last full break under green flag racing for today. Kyle Larson leading Denny Hamlin by 0.8 of a second. As things get heated here in Las Vegas.
Shut up. It finally calmed down enough where they could take a commercial break. See, Fox, good restraint there. He didn't go to commercial while they were all sideways and 3 wide. And get yourself ready for buggers and cum. Buggers and cum.
Trying to hurry up and book this room.
Dylan's trying to get our Bristol hotel.
Bristol, $190.
Well, the reason why you haven't got it booked yet is because you're not giving them any boogers and cum.
And you ain't got to pay it until we get there, right?
Check in Friday, September 15th.
What time?
3 p.m. local time.
Works for me.
Check out Saturday, September 16th before 11 a.m.
Jeez. Looks like we'll have to go see a movie or something again because Bristol's a night race. So last year at Martinsville.
We haven't got to explore Bristol.
That's true.
That's not one we've stayed at. We literally go, stop at a fucking restaurant on the way, go in, look at some tents, and go to the track, and then leave when it's dark as fuck and you can't see them.
So at Martinsville last spring, the Batman was playing, and I'd already seen it, but I was like, well, we got to check out at 11. We can go eat and then go see the Batman, which is 3.5 hours. It's good, but fuck, it's long. I was like, that'll be a good way to spend the afternoon, and it was. Then at Darlington, last fall, we went to see Spider-Man No Way Home, the extended version that they re-released in theaters with a bunch of extra footage.
And to the mall.
Yeah, and that mall was great. I'm glad we discovered that one.
I think it's No Way Home on YouTube Premium.
I got the Blu-ray. That was the one movie I'm like, I'm going to order a copy. I pre-ordered a copy of No Way Home because I loved it so much.
That was the last one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I sometimes get the names of them.
Far From Home, No Way Home, Homecoming.
Yeah.
Close between those two. On a couple of occasions.
I kind of figured Denny would get that.
Finally sealed the deal.
I'm not
Assumed
surprised.
the lead and is now driven off by 1.1 seconds. That's your pod's big move.
All this is doing is bringing everybody else up.
Ron Jeremy and a Kyle Larson. I'm sorry, it's not Ron Jeremy.
God.
It's a good
Fucking
mustache. I got a good mustache.
Jesus. That looked like Hispanic Ron Jeremy.
The Hedgehog.
God.
23 cars on the lead lap. And about 8 lap down, led by Michael McDowell. From
Anybody else chuckle yesterday when the chick who sang the national anthem before the Xfinity race was named Jennifer Watt? I went.
Let's check with Jamie.
I think I'm missing something. So.
You are. It's probably good.
Joey Logano out of the race. And Joey, what exactly happened from your perspective?
Oh, Joey interview.
With the 6 and the 8.
Yeah, I just got squeezed up in the wall. It's what it is. I don't know what to say about it. Just
Take your hat off.
I've heard that before.
Take your hat
Just
off,
got
Joey.
squeezed up. Kind of a bummer, you know. Pencil 400, driving the Pencil car. You want to have a good run. And
Is that what
it's
Willie
real
Big
good.
did to
You
him at
qualified well.
Darlington?
No, not even close. Yeah.
Bring me into the wall.
So we missed stage points. And
Darlington is a lane and a half wide, and he complained about William Byron touching him when he passed him. And I'm like, it's Darlington. It's like a lane and a half wide. You can barely pass.
On the pole, won't be around to the finish. Kyle Larson, our race leader. There's a look back all the way to the bottom of that pylon for Christopher Bell, who has been.
They're finally talking about Bill.
He restarted top 10, but he is reporting a vibration and has now dropped down toward the tail.
He's a second off of Larson now. How's the race, Alex? Good. Got really heated here the last few laps, but it's calmed down again. I don't think I'm winning any money today. I don't think Chastain has what it takes, and Suarez has settled into 10th place, so I'm fucked on the money deal.
See, a situation like this, that's what
hard thing to try to
running good all day, and then you get a vibration, and you fall back.
after hearing Lady, not once but 2 or 3 times saying his vibration is
I imagine Dylan, you'd be losing your shit.
I feel like you'd almost be comforted by this point in time, though. If your vibration has been there long enough, the worst is when it comes on. But as enough time goes, you think to yourself, okay, this isn't like a race-threatening situation. This is just something we would like to diagnose later.
If you're Blaney, if you're Christopher Bell, and if he's
Wow, he is.
in the wall again.
Man, he is running up high, and he is.
If Tyler Reddick could keep his wheels straight, he'd probably be at least 6th by now.
I was like, he's up there. He's being a man up there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He never got off the wall. He still went on the wall, and he looks like he's still.
Yeah, he kind of went sideways, and that was all she wrote.
Guys are going to start pitting soon because you can make it from here, and somebody's going to short pit.
That's very clear.
Let's get an update
That's a
on
risk
Tyler Reddick.
for a
Regan.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, you talk about a young, brave, aggressive.
Ooh! Don't do that.
Team said he never mentioned it at all.
Bubba's starting to struggle a bit. Blaney's good again all of a sudden, and Bubba's starting to struggle.
Yeah. Wow, he didn't even say anything. I guess it spoke for itself to some degree.
Here's another look.
Here's another Reddick look. Can't keep it straight on the straightaway. I said if he just kept the damn wheels straight, he'd be top 5.
Yeah.
Cars, about 8 or 9 of them that had just
The-
made the wave around.
Oh, yeah, Kyle didn't even.
Kyle never touched him.
It looked like Kyle might have touched him, but no. Reddick just, he can't keep it straight.
Kyle was like, hey, you need some
No, he doesn't need 3C. That would make his problem worse.
Pit stops are coming. Larson's got a second over Hamlin and Byron. One bad pit stop and a two-tire stop by somebody else probably cost Byron the race if it stays like this. You know, I'm scared of going to that last Kiss show because I'm going to be a wreck the whole show. Because with every song, I'll be like, that's the last Detroit Rock City. That's the last Shout It Out Loud. That's the last Love Gun. That's the last Black Diamond. Last Rock and Roll on it. Like, last of everything. Fuck. That might suck.
Oh, there's no doubt it's going to, but I mean, it is what it is, you know?
That lead getting cut in two.
Oh, yeah.
7/10.
Somehow Hamlin gained a half a second there. And Byron gained some too. Yeah, guys are starting to pit, I'm pretty sure.
Down to 4:10.
Field's strung out now. If you're going to short pit, take a chance. Doesn't look like there's going to be a caution. Oh, you know, we talked about wrestling earlier. I've mentioned Karrion Kross before. Every time I see his entrance, I'm like, I want this to work. Because it's so cool. He looks cool. The entrance is cool. What's he missing?
And he can work,
yeah.
too. He is a very good worker.
He also has a hilarious Jesse Ventura impression I've seen in the YouTube video. He sounds just like him.
Wow.
He was at the gym with his buddy, and he goes, don't tell me you don't have 4 more reps in you. And his buddy goes, what the fuck? Jesse Ventura. Come on, don't tell me it didn't happen. I was there.
That's awesome. That makes me like
So Karrion Kross, he has a great Jesse Ventura impression.
He can work his ass off. He's actually a good talker.
Don't tell me it didn't happen. I was there. Got a hot wife.
The smoke show.
Scarlett is like Sable, but with actual talent and charisma.
Yeah, because Scarlett can actually wrestle.
Yeah. And Hamlin was the first to pit. I like it. They're on the right strategy. Larson followed him right down, so the next lap. Don't fuck up on pit road. It's the money stop.
It's the money shot.
Unless there's a caution in about 15 or 20 laps.
Val Venus is here. It's the money shot.
What a great name for a finishing move.
Yeah.
You know, we can make fun of Vince Russo, but Val Venus was his idea, and it was great. It was hilarious.
Yes.
Just so happened that the guy they had doing it was a brilliant wrestler.
Could actually do what they needed him to do. Yeah.
So Vince McMahon was into it, too. Oh, he looks like an adult film star.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he kind of does.
Yes.
He looks like one.
And that's what the whole gimmick was.
Ain't no porn stars named Sean Morley, though, so Val Venus was a great name.
Oh, Val Venus was just perfect. Oh,
the big Valboski.
Whoever came up with that's a genius. That big Valboski.
See how they cycle through. Is anybody going to run long? Fuck it, somebody take a chance. Run that fucker out of gas. Stay out there. See what happens. Somebody. Suarez. Chastain. Do something. Well, Suarez just pitted, so never on.
Suarez finishing up his stop. Justin Haley in. Allmendinger in.
Bristol Dirt tickets to sit right at the fence.
So that will leave
at the
Bowman,
start
Blaney,
finish line
Kozlowski,
right
and Priest.
That's not bad for
Cheapest
those.
tickets are about 85.
Here's
You
Bowman
remember
on pit
last
road.
year?
So we going?
You remember? We can.
Let's go.
I'm down.
You want to go to Bristol Dirt Race? It's up to you.
When I bring it up, because you know what happened last year.
It's Easter Sunday, I think.
We waited until the fucking right around to go. It's like 150 tickets to
Yeah, we'll go to Bristol Dirt. Fuck it. If it's under $100, like you said, or right at 100, yeah, I'll go. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go.
Chase Briscoe, Ryan Priest on pit road. BJ
Keselowski's running a little long.
Keselowski.
Yeah, we're hearing everybody talk about tight. And this last pit stop, or you think it might be the last pit stop, it's going to be so critical for that crew chief. How big of a swing are you going to
Be
take?
Larson, Hamlin, Byron, then Bowman when it cycles through.
So if Keselowski can catch a caution, only 8 cars would be on the lead lap, and that is the idea behind staying out to the end of this fuel
But it
window is
only
hoping to catch somebody
way it
else's
works if
yellow
you catch
and
caution.
Yeah.
1 lap down.
He probably won't, but he wasn't going to win anyway.
Side of that conversation, Hamlin, right?
Yeah, but now
Hamlin's
he's
tried to
put
short
himself
pit
in
him
a
a little
really bad
bit,
situation.
didn't gain enough. The 5 car still out in front as far as that conversation goes. Keselowski's still your leader, but without that caution you speak of, Mike, Larson's going to assume the lead again.
And let's face it, it's probably not a good gamble. There hasn't been so many yellows.
Well, he was 15th before the pit stop cycle started.
He's pitting this time.
Passed through for too fast on pit road. And Noah Gregson's dash must be set differently than everybody else's as Keselowski.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Gregson has been nabbed for speed.
Cue up Sin City by AC/DC.
Turn 2. There is
Montoya.
Threading the needle between
Turn
couple
2,
cars,
Montoya.
and he's
Oh
the
my
leader.
God, yes.
Very tight needle.
I've never forgotten
That
that
was very
video.
tight.
I love that.
There's
Denny had it
Keselowski on pit road.
4 tens, and now
Jamie?
Larson's got 2.
Keselowski pitting from the lead, a 3-time
That's how it
winner
was
here in
just a
Las
minute
Vegas.
ago
Day is
before they
victory
ended.
lap.
It's the Kyle Larson show.
Denny was a half a second behind.
Yeah, Denny had closed it down.
Well, before that,
Yeah.
it was almost 2 seconds, lead, and somehow Danny got right back up.
So he's away, pitted as the leader. And with the
40 more laps. Don't be the Chandler Smith of yesterday, I'm telling you.
I think Byron
20 cars on the lead lap.
if there
This
was
run
a
to the
late
finish was
booster,
40 to go.
Well, Byron's only about 2 seconds off him, so we'll see. You saw you can make up yesterday under a long run.
I don't see these cars doing that.
Without that caution,
When I seen that, I
Hamlin's
turned it
got
on, I
a
said, I
chance to
think
get on that lead, that take the waiver.
That's Allison Hill's 3
Man,
seconds back now.
say some of their days, that would be a whole different game.
We had that at Darlington last year when it's like, well, looks like Byron's got it won, and then with about 6 to go, I went, Dylan.
1.9.
I was like, look at Logano, he's catching it.
Stop round.
Good gamble.
And I don't know why it didn't click with me that he was going to wreck him. I should have known.
The difference there in their lap times, and I think
Because like, he's fucking catching Byron. This ain't over.
the cool conditions, these speeds
Come
are
on,
very,
Chase.
very fast.
Now, the one driver who really gained on this round was Christopher Bell, who had a vibration and pitted from 20th. Bell is now in 12th place.
I think this is one of the few times
Number 6, number 20, he is 4th
9
on the
of the top 10
Toyotas, 12th overall.
Pretty much. Harvick's the only newcomer.
5 of the guys just
So with 38 laps to go, we're going to take our final side-by-side pit stop under green. With Kyle Larson leading Denny Hamlin now by 2.3 seconds.
I think without an old yellow flag, it's going to stay this way.
Yeah.
But last year played out like, yeah, it's going to stay Kyle Busch, Truex. And then it was like, oh, caution, shit. All hell's going to break loose. We're fucked. All it takes is one. If there's one caution now, there's going to be several.
Yeah.
You saw how hard they were racing earlier when they realized there might not be any more caution. They're going to race twice as hard now.
Yep.
Byron's into second, but he's 3 seconds off of Larson.
Bowman's fell back.
Like I said, the Hendrick cars are so equal, whoever got out front was going to do that.
Bowman's having a really good day.
Yeah.
So I'd take 5th.
Yeah, top 5 would be good.
Hell yeah.
AJ just did what he always does. He sucked for the first half of the race, and it winds up top 15 at least.
For no reason whatsoever.
AJ did win an Xfinity race here before, so. Yeah, believe it or not, AJ Allmendinger can win on an oval, not just a road course.
It's amazing. Yeah.
How's that 3 car doing? Not so hot. And again, Kyle's doing it just okay. This race, if it stays green, will be shorter than an episode of Raw. Can you believe that? You know who I feel bad for? Because it started to click with me Monday night what they're doing. And I was like, oh, they're taking the tag titles off of Io Sky and Dakota Kai to give Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler their WrestleMania spot. I'm like, oh, man, this kind of sucks because Dakota Kai and Io kind of deserve to be on a WrestleMania.
But Damage Control is so bad.
I don't know. I love Damage Control. Bailey's so great. I love it.
Shit.
I'm sorry. I love Damage Control. I fucking love Bailey so much.
I am the complete polar opposite.
Really?
Bailey.
Even Cornette loves her, and Cornette hates women. He's like, oh, I fucking love Bailey. So she's so fucking funny. Just an obnoxious fucking twat.
I like the shit Bailey talk.
Yeah, she's a great shit talker. I like how when she started out as that baby face, remember she was like the kitty baby face. Like I never thought she had a heel in her at all.
Me either.
She's fucking hilarious. I love Becky when she was the obnoxious big time Bex heel. Feuding with fucking Bianca. That shit was hilarious. Her and Rollins were perfect together. You should see it. Did you see on Up Up Down Down? They had their WWE 2K22 tournament last year, and Rollins and AJ fought each other in the tournament. And you know you got to smash the button to kick out.
Yeah.
AJ fills up the meter to kick out, and the thing goes 3, ding ding ding, and AJ goes. He starts like slamming the controller, and Becky and Seth just look at each other and go ah. And Kofi and Xavier are losing it because AJ fucking starts pounding the table like a little kid.
Rage AJ is awesome.
He throws
AJ's
the controller,
baby Rage is
and
awesome.
Kofi's like back in the chair just going, like laughing at it.
I will say, AJ baby Rage.
AJ goes, I heard this game freaking sucks, bunch of crap. And they're all just losing it.
AJ's awesome.
I heard this game sucks, it's a bunch of crap.
And that's the best thing about AJ. You don't realize how southern he is until he starts talking.
And he won't cuss because he's a Christian, so he's like, it sucks, AJ's one of those Christians, he won't cuss. He loses his shit, but he will not say a cuss word. He was right to be mad. It looked like he filled the meter up to kick out, and the game just went 3. I was like, that's bullshit. He starts freaking out, and when he freaks out, they show replays of everybody's individual reactions. Liv Morgan was sitting there like, she like flinches back. Baron Corbin and Miz are like,
Thanks to Denny for wearing our.
Miz goes, AJ, you're supposed to hit square, and AJ goes, shut up.
No, if I was Miz, I would have been trying to get AJ so pissed off, like even more pissed. Like just keep egging him on. I wish somebody would have done it.
You know who's doing great right now, but I hope they make a little change after WrestleMania? Seth Rollins is over as fuck again, and he's having a lot of fun, but I'm like, I'd like to see him change direction and go a little more serious again. I like Seth freaking Rollins. It's hilarious, but I'd like him to be a little more serious. He made me laugh on Monday. Bye, bitch. And he throws the cell phone down. He's just an obnoxious ass. That's his gimmick.
Pretty smooth down here. Track smooth, no tunnel, no bumps.
He curb stomped Miz in the big red boots. And people that were at Raw took video. Miz sold through the entire commercial break. They're trying to they're trying to change the ring out.
I saw that.
They're changing the mat on the ring. They're rolling it, and Miz just lays there.
Just dead. Yeah.
I fucking love Miz.
I saw that in the Facebook group. I was like, really, Miz sold that? Okay.
He stayed down through the whole commercial.
That's like shit I would do.
Yeah.
Just fuck it. Just to like mess with the guys in the back.
1 and 2, and the lower you are, the rougher you are. So that was a really good depiction of that.
Well, I guess I spoke too soon. I was talking about both those Toyotas breaking up the Hinder camp. There's Bowman going around one of them.
Still love the fuck up on that promo for a house show. They put Seth Franklin Rollins. And then Seth thought it was funny and changed his Twitter name to Seth Franklin. And Jim Cornette just calls him Old Franklin now when he's reviewing Raw. So Old Franklin Rollins.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Seth Franklin Rollins.
Are we sure it was a fuck up and like them trying to rip him or something? That's hilarious. Like Franklin, Seth is
Larson said this morning, he said,
that's
track
actually really
trailers on a track like this where you have to search around for the
Remember one time somebody said, describe Seth Rollins in one sentence. And I said, you know, like Kenny Omega, but better. That pissed a lot of people off.
Oh, I bet it did.
It's true.
Kenny could be really
yeah.
good, but he holds himself back. Him and the Bucks hold themselves
That I
back.
cannot take that fucking style of wrestling seriously. I've seen Omega have great serious matches though.
Omega, he can
he's good.
do it.
Oh, yeah.
So can the Bucks. They've proven they can, but they hold themselves back.
The Young Bucks make me want to sodomize myself with a rusty fishing knife. That's how I feel about the Bucks and always felt about them.
The Bucks could be way better than they are, but they just...
Nobody thought it was dumb that they were just knocking off DX and the Click for their whole fucking gimmick. Like,
I mean, that's kind of what Bullet Club turned into, but it was like whatever. Because their matches in New Japan were pretty good, but ever since AEW started...
I laughed so hard at the Hall of Fame when Triple H called them out because the crowd was chanting DX. DX. They were going, too sweet, whoop, whoop, too sweet. And Triple H goes, you know, honestly, that sucks, but go ahead and chant it. And I was like, wow. And Triple H goes, see, it's lame as hell when they do it, but it was cool when we did it. So, go ahead. Have at it. I was like, I love you, Triple H.
Yeah, because Hunter doesn't do that often, but when he does, it's hilarious.
And, you know, Billy was there, and he was under contract with AEW, but he appeared at the Hall of Fame with DX.
He got to appear at
and
the
Shawn Michaels goes, well, Billy, it's good to see that you're all in tonight. And then Billy Gunn goes, I can say whatever I want. They can't fire me anymore. And Triple H goes, don't worry. We'll just buy that little pissant company and fire you again. I was like, wow.
Come on, Hunter. Come on.
And that was when AEW was good.
Come on.
And he called him a little pissant company that they just buy so they could fire him again. So he better be careful. Then on Raw last month, they go, where's Billy Gunn? And Corey Graves goes, he's off doing something involving office equipment.
Yeah.
And Shawn Michaels goes...
He's doing something with office equipment. Oh, God. Oh, that shit was so funny, that DX reunion shit. That was so
I love how Kurt Angle snuck out with him, and they're like, wait a minute, what are you doing here? So perfect for Kurt Angle. What are you doing out here?
Oh, God. My favorite part of it, though, was when they were fucking with Hunter, and he had, like, the rubber chickens on his desk and shit.
There's 4 cocks sitting right there. Who put these cocks here?
20 laps to go.
You can't just fucking say it. These are cussing. Oh my God, this shit's gonna. Shawn Michaels cussing.
Yeah.
Killed me.
NASCAR's road to victory.
You could have. I could have never imagined that again.
No.
When they came out of the pits, Kyle Larson was 2.8 seconds ahead of William Byron.
We're at 19 to go and nothing's happening.
Just about 4
And that's okay. You're not missing anything.
Is that why we're talking about wrestling?
That's why we're talking about anything but what's happening. It stayed the same since pit stop cycled through.
I mean, I'm okay with it. Larson's 1, Byron's 2.
I feel bad for Byron because, yep, he was Chandler Smith today. Dominated the race and ain't going to win. Would like to see that one caution just to see what happens.
Phoenix. What an incredible record he has had there.
New aero package at Phoenix. Just a smaller spoiler, and they took the fucking diffuser off from under the car for short tracks. Yeah. It's changed a little bit. That's for short tracks and road courses except for Bristol. Bristol's still going to be like it was last year. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like past Bristol races. The race was decided on whose tires made it, whose right front tire would make it. Yeah, because it was still a good race.
It wasn't good enough to say this is it. They just don't know what to change.
Martinsville last spring and Phoenix at the end of last year, it's like, fuck this, change this, this sucks. We can't do this. Martinsville cannot be this bad. Martinsville and Phoenix were so bad, it's like, you've got to do something. Yeah. Yeah.
I agree. At the top of the telecast. The key to the season is
with the way these cars work,
and that makes this race so important as a measuring stick for where everybody is.
Yeah, Chris, you know there's nothing going on when we start talking about wrestling. 2K23 comes out next week. I guess I'm streaming it. But I can't stream the showcase mode because WWE would instantly copyright block all my videos that showed anything from showcase mode last year. And I'm like,
It's
even
just
months
so much
after
harder
it
when
came
you
out.
start
Yes, and it doesn't have the commentary or nothing. It's like short clips to intersperse with the match you're playing. And it's like, your video's been blocked by WWE.
And right up through no fault of their own. Wallace Priest getting caught up in incidents. And all of them are running today. Now, with 15 laps to go, the only car out of the race.
Come on, you all know you want to see that one last yellow.
Yeah, all those guys, you know, it's time. You got to start getting on a roll here. You cannot have too many of those strung out. In a row.
Chase Elliott sucks so bad he failed to start today.
You start doing two of them, no stage points, everything else, you're talking months.
Chris, you think Cody's on? You know, with Cody Rhodes, I was like, they're walking a fine line, and they've done okay with Cody. It's been all good. When Sammy started getting hot, and they were having Cody come out and cut those long ass Triple H style promos, I'm like, you're walking on thin ice, having him talk that much. Get him in the fucking ring.
But he's over, though.
Yeah, he's over as fuck.
You can get away with it for now.
The segment they had with him and Sammy together was great, and it makes me want to see Cody versus Sammy at some point. But you can't do that now, because then the crowd would turn. If you put them directly against each other, the crowd's going to turn on Cody. So.
You gotta wait a little bit. But eventually,
Looking back, you can pinpoint the decline of AEW when the audience started turning on Cody because they're fucking stupid. Although Cody was involved in some dumb shit.
True. I would say it was basically like when Cody, when everybody wanted him to turn heel, but he wouldn't do it, and then he left. That's when AEW went downhill, and then it went into the garbage can after he left because of all the locker room bullshit.
Byron's cutting into it a little bit. Yeah, it was over 5 seconds, down to 3 now.
Yeah,
We'll see.
He's cut into it a little bit, but not enough to where it's working.
Chris said Cody's character could be summed up in LOL, Dusty's my dad. A little bit.
Come on.
I love Cody.
Come on.
He made me laugh. Did you see his match? Dude, another underrated talent that I hope to see good things for in the future. Chad fucking Gable. 2 of the best matches I've seen on Raw in the last 2 months was Chad Gable versus Seth Rollins and Chad Gable versus Cody.
What you're saying about Chad, I've really
Just,
don't know.
those are the 2 best Raw matches of this year so far. Chad versus Seth, Chad versus Cody. He's so fucking good and funny. Sheesh. That shit's funny. His theme music with the auto-tune, sheesh, please, makes me laugh every time.
Chad's awesome, but he's just been so underutilized.
And the story Monday night was Chad got mad at Otis because he wouldn't help him beat Cody because he was too busy looking at the crowd.
Yeah, he was looking off in the distance.
Cody comes out of the ring and puts his arm around it. He's out there. She's out there. Oh yeah, she is. She's out there. Hey, what are you doing here?
Yep.
That was awesome.
That was really fun.
Chad Gable took the best crossroads in history where he twirled on his fucking face when he went down for the crossroads. That's as good as the Rob Van Dam spring-loaded DDT, I like to call it.
yeah, those old DDTs, yeah.
But yeah, dude, go back. Seth versus Chad Gable a few weeks before Elimination Chamber. Just, that was awesome.
I don't need to watch it. I've known this about Chad Gable. I've just been waiting on WWE to realize.
I hope he gets something good in the future.
Me too.
I know he's small and doesn't look like a star necessarily, but
I mean, he's got the build.
he's got kind of a Kurt Angle kind of thing going on where he's like smaller and charismatic.
A little bit. I mean, Kurt was never that short.
You think of Kurt as like this fucking monster. He's not that big.
He's only like, what, 6 foot?
Yeah, he's like 6 even. And
that was Jason Jordan.
Jason Jordan was his son.
Well, son, but
And it's come out that was a rib because Vince thought it was funny that Kurt Angle had dated a black woman before. What the fuck, Vince? Is it really that big of a deal?
Maybe he was just tricking everybody.
I knew it was some.
It was a rib on him because Vince thought it was funny that he dated a black woman. Wow. Whenever something is born out of fucking Vince thinking it's funny, it's usually going to suck.
It usually does.
Bobby Lashley and his sisters. Alexa Bliss, Bailey, this is your live. Oh. Can't imagine why I didn't watch Raw for almost 3 years.
Mae Young giving birth to a goddamn hand.
And when asked about it, Mark Henry was like, what is this about? Vince goes, it's a hand. It's like, all right, I guess. Oh, Chris, you're on the same page as me. I was putting over LA Knight earlier today, talking about how much I love LA Knight. Yeah. I love him and Kofi. Him and Kofi kind of have a little feud going right now, and it's great. And Byron's got it down to under 2.5, but with 5 to go, that's not going to be enough. Just wanting to look up and see something happening.
But it probably won't. Unless Austin Dillon just turns right and smashes the wall.
I'm interested to see what
Which would be hilarious. I hope he does.
Alex Bowman, he's quite a few tenths quicker right now. He's pulled a huge gap on Alex. He's getting closer and closer to Denny. I wonder what he's got for him.
He's coming.
Yep. I agree.
Just like you said, you
one
have to
good
keep
restart,
catching
2
breaks
laps,
in here.
race to the win.
Because, you know, multiple
Ooh.
times it sounds like it's fun, but it never is.
It's never fun at super speedways. Super speedways, Talladega, Daytona is where I just get like,
It's just bullshit after
oh! They threw a caution for that?
Dude, Clint didn't even get to say it. The yellow was up. Clint goes, car in the yellow's up top already.
Eric Almirola bumped the wall and kept rolling. He was slow, but he kept going. They threw a caution for that.
Why?
2 tires.
Why?
2 tires.
Why? Why?
It's going to be an overtime finish, Clint.
Oh, yeah, they threw that shit immediately. Yeah, it was kind of, okay, well, they saw smoke and a car sideways. Yeah.
It was like, oh, he's sideways, throw it.
Oh.
He fixed it.
So they saw a car sideways and a lot of smoke.
That was 4 to go, not 6 to go.
That's a good gamble.
That's it,
It was 4 to go.
Yeah, it's going to overtime. That's to account for overtime now.
I think
2 tires. I'm with Danica. 2 tires.
Fuck off.
They threw a caution for that.
Isn't it even funnier?
Danica Patrick, 10 yard.
Isn't it kind of funny that me and you were talking about overtime?
If you want to be really bold, stay out, but I'd say 2 tires. If I'm outside the top 10, I'm going to say fuck it and stay out. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, 30 laps is a lot of laps on tires. But. Woo! They threw a caution for that, didn't they? Still not as bad as Martinsville. Michael McDowell gets bumped into the wall. Caution! Because the race was so boring, they were just itching to throw a fucking caution that day.
That isn't doing nothing is a choice.
They talked about just staying out.
Would you be calling for that?
Man, it's early in the year.
2
It's
tires.
time to gamble.
Give me 2.
Again, but this race
No,
is
it's
won.
not
in the
time
spring
to
and the fall
gamble.
race by a gamble, taking a chance and having.
Karen says stay out. I say 2. If I'm outside the top 10, I'm staying the fuck out. Because why not? What if they all fucking pile up behind me when I take the white flag? Caution's out, race is over. What if I just do enough? Just enough to be in front of somebody at the white flag and they wreck behind me?
2 tires.
I ain't got to go 2 whole laps. I just got to make it 1. And y'all will wreck behind me.
To make that decision. You know, and I'm glad I hate to say this, Kyle, but I'm glad it happened. It's gonna get interesting.
I guess I am too. I'm just stunned.
Yesterday's Xfinity race, it was not the most exciting.
I'm worried about a Benny
until right at the end.
I'm worried about anybody in this top 10 can win it if they get out front.
I'm antsy on this Hamlin.
The winner, Justin
Oh, please let this
I'm
in.
also looking at Bubba and 6.
Chastain Suarez, stay out. Let's do it. Just you 2. Chastain and Suarez, just do it.
Calm down over there, Vince.
Opposite the leader is what most guys are going to do.
So you're the leader. Do you pit?
Yeah.
How ironic.
Well, you're not at the 24th thinking about staying out. Hey, man, it's
All right, well, here we go.
think you had this race
Who's going to do it?
you better be
Pull the trigger. Who's staying out?
changed back because business
Is pit road open yet?
picking up.
Yeah, it's open.
It's gonna be 2.
Anybody staying out? Truex! Truex stayed out. He's the only one, though. He's going to get killed.
Yeah.
Why not, though? Stay out. Fuck it. See what happens. 2 tires. If they change 4, I'm going to slap them. They got tires up on the wall. Okay, 2. I'm about to say, if you change 4, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to fly to Las Vegas before you get back to North Carolina and kill you. Nah, Larson beat him out, though. Willie B out. Yep, Byron. So I'm pretty sure Truex is the only one that stayed out. I think. I didn't see anybody else other than Truex that was on the lead lap stay out.
Was that fuel only for Byron?
Look how close this is.
Fuel only, you might as well just fucking stay then.
You called it, Clint. You
wasn't that close.
If you were going to pit, you would change too. So.
They hung up just at least a little bit on that 5-car right
They only
side.
wanted gas to try and get
Byron's
the
team
lead.
beat him out.
In that case, just stay out. But I think they did change too. I think he just beat, like I said, Larson's guys got a little hung up on their tire change. Yeah, you might as well. The only car that stayed out was Truex.
He's going to get murdered.
Hasn't won since 2021, which is unbelievable.
He's the only one that stayed out.
Well,
The only other driver who will restart
Truex,
on the
they
lead
wouldn't
is
call
fine.
his team right.
That did not stop.
Why didn't Ross and Suarez stay out? If 3 or 4 cars would have stayed out there, Hendrick car would not have won this race. That's all it would have took was like 2 or 3 more cars.
Again, I just noticed it just looked the least little bit slow. It wasn't like a big hang up, like just something glaring pointed out, but obviously it was. 24 car beat him out. Not what you
I want to see what Twitter thinks of that caution.
in that situation, but hey,
Yeah, but he won the championship that way
They
too.
were-
He
they
gave
were
credit
using
that
a
year.
little
He's
bit
like,
of
the crew
too much of
got
that
me out
3G.
first, so you win them together, you lose them together.
That was like a Heat 5 caution. You'll see guys completely spin and to get no caution on Heat 5, and then somebody like touches the wall sideways and it says caution.
No pit stop gamble to try to win this one. We listened in.
I'd be telling Truex, hey, we might only have to make it like 1 lap. That was my theory. You might only have to go 1 lap.
as a crew chief, you got to try to pump him up. You know what I mean? You have to try to tell him, do everything you can do, and as a driver, you know you're a sitting duck. But you got to go out there, you got to get them elbows up, block as much as you possibly can. Mirror drive, make that thing wide, just like you said.
So here are the rules for overtime. It is a 2-lap shootout, green-white checker.
He's going to get ran over.
And if the leader comes back to the line for
But
the
the
white
question
flag
is,
under the green flag,
do we make it
then
back
the
to
next
the line?
flag will decide the race.
He possibly could use to his advantage is that extension of the restart zone being longer. That benefits the driver.
I think with this
and
being Las
if he
Vegas
does the
and
right
not Daytona
move,
or
catches
Talladega,
that
I
guy
think we
off
will.
guard in his mirror, maybe he can get that jump and not have them breathing down his neck getting into one.
If I'm him, I'm carrying a lot of speed.
Me watching this race, this guy said.
Probably a little bit easier.
Kyle Busch.
I'm going to carry as much speed as I can and get going.
Toughest thing with that is they
Who
know
the
that.
fuck would
Right?
ask
So
you,
how do you
Danica?
try to juke them out?
Yeah, we need experience on somebody who's been in the top 5 at the ends of these races.
And even then, she would just get wrecked, get spun out, and bitch on a fucking, like, fucking head.
Truex inside, Byron outside, Larson inside, Hamlin outside. Truex could pull this off. I doubt it.
He's going to get run the fuck
He's
out.
gonna have a big speed.
I'm praying for a miracle coming from row 4 with the 1 car myself.
24 cars in a catbird seat because that guy's a
But he's got a lot of work to do in a short time to do it.
Get the back of him, try to put it 3 wide. He slides up in the 24. That could open the game up for a Bowman. Somebody with the Chastain from the third row. This is any
Back in 99, the race would have been over.
Super aggressive.
Well, back in the 90s, that would have been race. Larson would have won.
He feels just about as his guts hurting, just like when he stepped out of that airplane. It was perfect.
If Larson still wins, we don't have to worry about the bullshit yellow.
Yeah, he's all in.
But then if Byron wins, you're like, well, he deserved to win. He kind of got fucked on pit road earlier.
The Suarez one was bullshit because he was literally
Yeah.
into the fucking pit.
They got lucky that he overcorrected and then got stuck in the grass
That was
after
right
they threw
there.
the
I
caution.
just- They did it
Yeah.
too early.
Yeah.
They jumped the gun.
That was a lot of
Alvarado was
smoke.
sideways, caution.
That was a lot of
And then he
smoke,
fixed
so.
it, so it wasn't tough.
Overtime.
I'll cut him a break on the Alvarola one a little bit. It was a lot of smoke.
Checker. Let's hope.
Didn't look like he was going to save it, and then he did.
But you know, if he gets a big time block from Truex, which he will.
Oh, boy.
that will open the door up for
Find out
2
because,
laps.
Truex is in a rock and a hard
He told
place.
the drivers, keep it uptight and make good decisions on these restarts.
Truex is the leader. Bowman lagging back in the 3rd row. Byron timed that pretty well. Look at Bowman. Byron's going to win this race. Oh, Ross and Denny again. Suarez 4 wide. Byron's got the lead down the back. It's all about who gets into 3 better.
Oh, Truex is so fun.
Yeah, my God, through the center off.
My God.
It's not even close.
Oh, Truex.
And look at Bubba. Here comes Bubba. White flag. They made it to the white. Byron's the leader.
Yeah,
4 wide, 4 wide, 4 wide for Lord Almighty.
Byron's gone. Can we move the camera back?
The Hendrick cars are going to split Truex. They just barely made it around him. Bubba, oh, we got a crash down the back. Allmendinger, Ryan Preece. Let him race back.
Let him race.
Bubba's eating that shit up.
Let him race.
Ooh, I'd love to see Bubba get another restart, but it's not going to happen. William Byron.
Whoa, Hendrick, 1, 2, 3.
Hendrick, did they beat Truex? Oh.
Hendrick, 1, 2, 3. I can't believe it. And I'm here for it.
Byron 1. Bubba Wallace 4th.
Truex 7.
Yeah. That was worth the risk for Truex. AJ got junked the second week in a row.
I feel so bad.
Yeah, he got wrecked last week by Corey LaJoy.
First 3 cars are basically who was first 3 cars.
So it worked out the way it probably should have.
Yeah, the 4 best drivers in the field.
But Larson did get fucked a little bit, but William Byron wins.
Look at Bubba Wallace, 4th place. Awesome day for him.
Chastain ends up 12th, Suarez 10th. Ugh. Justin Haley, top 10. Justin Haley finished 8th.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck.
Where'd he come from?
I'm tripping because before they restarted, they were talking about Justin Haley good top 20 finish today because he was 20.
Well, you get Bubba at the front at the end of the race, he turns into an animal. He was pretty good there.
And I can't believe it. He didn't get fucked.
Would have liked to have seen another restart.
I can't believe it. I'm here for a race that Bubba doesn't get fucked over.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's incredible.
I want to see that wreck.
Yeah. I bet they don't even have a fucking camera on it. It happened so far back.
All I know was that one red looking Stuart Haas car like it just ate
Neither did that guy.
Sorry, Larson.
Kyle's going to be so bummed.
Heartbroke. Oh, so close. It was
that like
in
he
his
lost
reach
the
to
600
go.
on the
Oh,
late
man.
Charlotte, North Carolina's William Byron.
In 2 weeks is Atlanta. Yeah. Next week is Phoenix. Next Atlanta. We'll be at Atlanta. Yeah. Then Coda. And then I can't remember what's after that. I think it might be Bristol. I can't remember. Bristol Dirt. April 9th, Bristol Dirt. Okay.
The Xfinity Series, and Rick Hendrick put him in a cup car. And areas in victory lane for the 5th time.
I feel like I should be more
Hard
shocked
to
by
imagine that dream really started on the computer. Racing simulation. That's true.
That's just a product of this day and age, right? There's so much more computer games.
Story of Kyle Larson's career.
But yeah, that's an interesting transition to go from using your fingers on a remote to.
And Chase Elliott sitting at home going, God damn it, why wasn't I in this race?
2-3 finish for Hendrick Motorsports in the Cup Series.
See you later. You need help carrying that thing out?
Absolutely dominated the day. Swept the stages. Gets the win. I know a lot of people.
Yeah, 24 car.
Track to look forward to the rest of the season.
Shades of Jeffrey Gordon.
This team and your fans.
Yeah, just been really confident about it. The group of guys that I have on this 24 team.
Love it for my guys.
We spent a lot of time in the off season just going through, running at the sim with Chevy and running on iRacing and just trying to get better as a race car driver and as a team. So it's all about the team. So it's a great pit crew. Thinking of Chase back home. Wish he was out here with us. He's a great race car driver, great teammate. So wish he was out here, but thankful to Mr. H, Jeff Gordon. I know he's watching, and it's Raptor tough.
Hendrick's going to be around for another, 50 years? Because of Jeff Gordon and Chad Canals.
But we knew we had speed, so we just had to have the right things play out, and Rudy made a good call, so it was good.
Great battle with your teammate Kyle Larson, and then you guys decide to come down and pit. You mentioned your pit crew; they were lights out all day. What do you have to say about them and that call to come down and take 2?
Yeah, honestly, the one pit stop that they had that we lost the lead, I slid through the box or slid long, and that delays the stop. So that was on me, and I knew they could get it done at the end. And Rudy's been under the weather all day. He's got the stomach bugs.
Pay him, motherfucker.
He's been really quiet on the radio.
Make sure it's all here.
Luckily, it worked out there, and just thanks to all the fans
65.
for coming out. Always love racing at Vegas.
$2 for a tip, I guess.
Excited for the year.
Math is hard. Math is hard.
176 laps of this race.
Well, that was an interesting race.
Kyle Larson, William Byron's teammate, comes home second today. Looked like you had this thing pretty much in hand and under control. What were the thoughts when that caution came out with 2 laps to go?
Damn.
Damn.
It's just part of.
Larson likes giving races to his teammates, doesn't he?
Kind of laps down, lap by lap.
and then sure enough, the yellow lights come on. So, yeah, I mean, you just got to get over that and then try to execute a good pit stop. And I thought I did a really good job. Getting to my sign and getting to the commitment line. I had a gap, to William behind me, and their pit crew must have just did a really
Called
good
that shit
job
100
and
laps
got
ago.
him out
Whichever
front of
Hendrick
us,
car gets out in front of the other is
gave
going to
up
win the
front
race.
row. So I knew I was in trouble. With
Yeah,
the
Byron
team,
definitely deserved it because remember
staying
they
out.
had a little bit of a slow
I felt
stop
like,
when
Williams
Hamlin
gonna
took
get by
2
him,
and Bowman just straight up beat him out,
so
and
yeah,
that cost
just,
Byron.
Bummer that we didn't.
He ran second and third the rest of the race until the caution.
William probably had a little bit better car than I
Had a better stop than Larson on the 2-tire stop before the overtime.
Thanks, Scott.
I hate that that's not a car.
I know, I kind of like it now that it's won.
Was Byron's pit stop. Here's a look at the restart.
What could have been?
Byron out front because of that quicker pit stop. Martin Truex.
We knew Truex's shot was minimal. And like I said, you can make it a lap. He did make it a lap, mostly.
Look at Ross and Denny. They were just...
Look at, you see how far Ross backed off? Like, he just, I don't want to wreck Denny for the 35th time, so he kind of let him go. Yeah.
Your car doesn't take
This is where I knew Truex was
Yeah.
3 cars, 3 hits.
Yeah. Just the center of the acceleration and the center of the corner. And then when they split Truex off of turn 2 on the last lap. And here's the wreck. What happened here? Allmendinger got loose, wrecked in front of Tyler Reddick, and then took... Oh, Priest, McDowell, and Eric Jones got in that too. Big wreck down the back. And NASCAR let them race back. They were well down the back going to 3. Hey, look! God, there was more in that wreck than I realized. Well, congratulations, William Byron, whose racing career started on a computer, wins again.
Well, I guess I'll see you this weekend.
Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
All right. And I suppose that's all for me. Race is over, didn't win any money. Looked promising early with Chastain, but he cut old Dennis a break there at the end, and it fucked himself. Not that he was going to win anyway. Suarez got a top 10. He was my other bet. Cindric, couple of surprises there. Cindric finishing 6th. He was 15th or worse all day, it seemed. And Justin Haley 8th. Didn't even see where the fuck he was running all day, but good results for them. Let's go down through the running order if anybody else I want to talk about before I'm done. Reddick had a crazy day. He finished 15th. Almirola, who brought out the caution, finished 16th, which is pretty good, considering he was just spinning a little while ago. Gibbs qualified 4th, finished 22nd like a bump. Yeah. Priest, Stenhouse, McDowell, Austin Dillon 27th, yuck. Josh Berry 29th. Hopefully they'll get better as the weeks go on. I'm guessing they're going to keep Josh in the 9 car. But until next time we go watch cars go around in circles, I'm out of here. I might stream late tonight or something, maybe a video game, but most of you guys work Mondays. I have Mondays off, so yay. No Sunday night blues after the race for me. That's like the main reason I keep my job that I'm kind of bored with. Good time for the stream to end. I'm losing my voice. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.